is Dato' Andrew Yong. Okay, so Dato' Andrew has gathered a variety of experiences and technical skills ranging from design to project management, sales and marketing of industrial air pollution control. In the past 14 years, Dato' Andrew has focused on areas including designing, manufacturing, installation, testing and commissioning, training, consulting work of bag filter dust collector, cyclone, scrubber, all mist filter, odor control system, local exhaust ventilation, ducting, chimneys, fan and blowers, and also material handling and vacuum cleaner. Alright, Dato' Andrew has conducted numerous training courses on industrial air pollution control to government agencies and industries from different backgrounds. He is competent and skilled to handle all types of training situations. With all the hands-on experience, he possesses the versatility to help learners in various situations and be effective in their chosen field. So, without any further delay, I would like to invite Dato' Andrew to deliver his speech.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi. Welcome to Master Jaya. Okay, so how many of you would like to become OYB? Jadi competent person. Alright, thank you. How many of you would like to learn something new this week? Right, thank you. So as you know, I'm Andrew. So I'll be together with all of you for the next 4 days. Hari ya. Okay, before I proceed, can I get your permission? I'll do my presentation dalam bahasa English dengan bahasa Melayu. Campur-campur. Is it okay? Yeah. Alright, thank you. Okay, so I want all of you to enjoy yourself for the next 4 days. So yang paling penting, jikalau ada sebarang persoalan, pertanyaan, okay, apa tak clear, please ask. Okay, my job is to make sure that all of you pass your exam by end of this week. Ada exam minggu ni. Okay, so jangan shy. Okay, we have two teams. We have excellent, we have marvelous. So ada apa-apa, you can also discuss with your team members. You can always ask me or our facilitator. Okay, alright. So we'll proceed with module number 1, which is the course introduction. From this day onwards sampai tahun 88 jadi OYB. What will be the process? Berapa lama? All of you would like to know, right? Okay, let's go with module number 1, course introduction. Okay, the course objective: understand the legal requirement of competent person. Which regulation? Atas mana yang stated we need OYB, competent person in the factory. Understand the flow to become OYB. Okay, your course is CePBFO. That's the air filter course. Okay. Understand the certification procedure, and of course, understand the continuous professional development. We call it CPD. Requirement to maintain the competent person certification. So module 1 ni is the process flow. Okay. Alright. Why do we need competent person? Mengapa kami perlukan OYB? OYB is orang yang berwibawa. So all of you will be OYB, ya. Why? Mengapa? Or why you are all here today? Tadi ada sharing some of you nak tahu lebih mendalam pasal bag filter dust collector punya operation, maintenance. Okay? But what is the main reason you are here today? Thank you. DOE requirement, because ada akta, right? There's a regulation stated we need OYB for any plant that has dust collector. Okay, this one we say terpaksa rela, no choice. Or we are here because of that. But I'm sure, selain daripada itu, you also would like to learn something new. And this course is very suitable to every one of you. Tak kisah you have experience, or maybe you are a new person, tak pernah handle dust collector before. But now, you are assigned to take care of the dust collector. This course is suitable. Okay? And the only thing this course tak ada is design of dust collector. We don't go into design. There will be another course. So course ni saja on operation and maintenance, troubleshooting. Kalau ada masalah dengan dust collector, apa yang perlu dibuat? How to handle it? Okay, alright. So let's look at the legal provision of competent person. Okay, so we have another module which covers legal requirement. Itu module number 5 lah, which we will cover besok. But today we will discuss on this legal provision. Akta mana stated we need competent person. So the main regulation, we call it EQA, Environmental Quality Act 1974. Is this book that all of you will have a copy of this buku akta. Alright. So this buku akta covers everything. Peraturan udara, peraturan air, dengan peraturan bahan berbahaya, schedule waste. Everything is inside here. But of course, in our course ni, we will only cover peraturan udara on A saja. Okay, we will cover on A ya. Okay, inside this book, section 49A. Along the way, topik yang berkemungkinan besar akan keluar dalam exam, I will highlight ya. Okay, please take note. So this one, please remember, section 49A, competent person. Saya pilih ya, competent person. Dia punya Amendment Act pada tahun 2012. So the main one is section 49A ya. Please remember. Okay, and then inside EQA ni kami ada Clean Air Regulations, or we call it PUB, Peraturan Udara Bersih. Okay, 2014. The latest one is 2014. Dalam Regulation 7, Regulation 7, remember also, ada mention APCS. Apakah itu APCS? Air Pollution. Thank you. Air Pollution Control Systems. Alat kawalan pencemaran udara, Regulation 7 ada mention. And then Regulation 9 ada mention kami perlu buat performance monitoring of air pollution control system, which means pemantauan prestasi. Saya kata tuan-tuan dan puan-puan punya dust collector setiap hari pun beroperasi, right? Setiap hari pun kena ambil data, dia punya operation data, like pressure drop of the back filter dust collector, compressed air pressure, the air flow rate, all this lah. We have a sample on that, which we cover besok lah. Okay, so pemantauan prestasi adalah compulsory, which means any one of you belum start buat performance monitoring, minggu depan bila balik kilang, please start to do. It's under the regulation, memang kena buat. Okay, so we will go into a little bit what is section 49A. Right, section 49A, competent person. An owner or occupier of a premise shall employ a person who has been certified by the Director General (DG) as a competent person to conduct all or any of the following activities. So tuan-tuan dan puan-puan punya under subsection A, the operation of a control equipment. Tak kisah it's a back filter dust collector ke, cyclone ke, scrubber ke, you need a competent person. Sama dengan wastewater treatment plant, you need a competent person. That's why it falls under subsection A. That's why all of you are here today, because of this akta, section 49A. Okay. Kalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan punya kilang ada bahan berbahaya, schedule waste, you generate schedule waste, also same. Subsection B, the management of schedule waste. That's why we have schedule waste manager as well, another course. So these are the courses that requires OYB. Memang compulsory and memang laku in the market. Nowadays in Malaysia we only have sampai 800 OYB. Imagine the amount of industry we have in Malaysia. Okay, so memang kami kekurangan OYB, and all of you are very important, very important. Okay. Then of course, kalau you are doing consultancy work as a consultant, subsection C, the conduct of studies, okay, and of course, the preparation and submission of reports, plans, proposals ni pun memang kena ada OYB cert lah, you have to be certified. Right, so please remember section 49A, Your one falls under subsection A, the operation of a control equipment. Okay, right. Okay, next we go to PUB, Peraturan Udara Bersih, or we call it Clean Air Regulations, CAR 2014. Regulation 7, penting juga, Air Pollution Control Systems. Okay, we go through this, subsection 1. Every premises shall be equipped with an air pollution control system in accordance with the specifications as determined by the DG. This scope memang covers a lot. Misal kata, your plant, you have exhaust keluar daripada kilang, you have exhaust coming out from your plant, ada cerobong ke, ducting ke, tak kisah. But have air coming out, ada habuk, ada gas, or hot air, you need to have air pollution control. Memang kena tapis, kena ada treatment before going out. So every premises shall be equipped with an air pollution control system. So that's why nowadays when we submit notification to DOE, you will say, biasalah kilang akan kata, saya punya emission bersih sikit habuk saja, sikit tak banyak. So when you say ada sikit habuk, normally DOE will advise kena pasang filter, kena tapis, because sometimes maybe a lot. So that's why it's under subsection 1. DOE have the ada kuasa, they have the kuasa to request the industry to install air pollution control system. Okay. Number 2, subsection 2. An owner or occupier of the premises shall appoint a PE, professional engineer, to design and supervise the construction of the air pollution control system. Bermakna, jika tuan-tuan dan puan-puan nak pasang dust collector, sebelum pemasangan, the drawing, the borang, the form, kena chalk and sign by, thank you, PE, professional engineer, mesti. So that's why if you do not have your in-house PE, tak ada PE, you kena engage a consultant to chalk and sign for you. Jikalau dalam kilang ada internal PE, tak ada masalah, you can ask them to sign. Which means PE akan bertanggungjawab on the design of your dust collector system. The PE will be responsible. Sini ada mention PE yang mana, field yang mana tak? Civil ke, electrical ke, mechanical, chemical. Tak ada lah. So which means sebarang PE pun boleh, general. Tapi my suggestion, the best is mechanical atau chemical punya PE. They will be more suitable. Takkan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan nak engage civil punya PE nak sign, right? Because they are doing construction of building. Tak kena mengena lah. So that's why you can engage any PE, but the most suitable one will be mechanical atau chemical, right? So mesti PE kena chalk and sign. Subsection 3. An owner or occupier of the premises shall operate and maintain the air pollution control system in accordance with sound engineering practice and ensure that all components, semua alat, instruments of the air pollution control system are in good working condition. Macam your pressure gauge, your thermometer, okay, your rotary valve, semua komponen kena beroperasi dengan baik. So this is one of the requirement, okay. Okay, belum end lagi Subsection 4, number 4. The operation of the air pollution control system shall be supervised by a competent person, OIB ada mention, okay, who shall be on duty at all times during the operation of the air pollution control system. Tanya, jikalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan punya dust collector beroperasi 24 jam sehari, 24 hours a day, OIB kena berada di kilang berapa lama? Sorry?
24 jam.
Thank you, 24 jam. Bukan saya yang kata lah. Under this law, subsection 4 dah mention clearly. The APCS shall be supervised by OIB, who shall be on duty at all times. Which means whenever your dust collector is running, OIB kena berada di kilang. Simple as that. So if your kilang adalah kilang yang beroperasi 24 jam, 365 days a year, then of course you need more than 1 OYB lah. Biasa kami recommend 3 atau 4, 3 to 4 OYB. Because ada 2 shift ke 3 shift. Sometimes you take leave, pergi holiday, MC ke. So all their because like say seminggu tak ada. Jikalau seminggu tak ada dekat kilang, tak ada OYB, macam mana? Yes, thank you. Betul lah, memang betul. If OYB tak ada dalam kilang under this law, which means memang kilang tak boleh beroperasi dust collector. Kalau dust collector tak boleh beroperasi, which means your production kena stop lah. Simple as that. So that's why all of you are very important lah. Memang penting untuk kilang. You are the competent person. Right? So this, remember this subsection 4 I mentioned clearly. OYB kena berada di kilang whenever your dust collector is running. But of course, some of you say saya dust collector mungkin seminggu jalan 2 kali. Batch processing tadi. So of course then you have to be in the kilang 2 hari sajalah whenever the dust collector is running. Simple as that. Okay. So remember, regulation 7 pun ada mention kena ada OYB dekat sini. Then of course subsection 5, the owner or occupier of the premises and the professional engineer (PE) shall within 30 days, dalam 30 hari after the commencement of operations and premises, selepas dust collector telah beroperasi. Misal dah pasang, dah testing sekarang dah start, dalam 30 hari after the commencement of the dust collector, submit a written declaration. Apa ni? Written declaration. Okay, let me clarify Sebelum 2014, sebelum Clean Air Regulation 2014 yang lama punya akta, we call it CAR 1978, 1978. Dulu punya submission we call it KB lah, kelulusan bertulis, KB or we call it written approval. Before 2014 you submit sekali saja, DUI akan semak. Kalau design semua okey, dia bagi kelulusan, they call KB, kelulusan bertulis. Tapi semenjak 2014, after 2014 no more KB. DUI split aplikasi untuk dust collector to 2 step. Step yang pertama, sebelum pemasangan dust collector, sebelum please remember, jika nak pasang, sebelum pemasangan kena submit written notification, pemberitahuan bertulis. Itu step yang pertama sebelum pemasangan. Saya tahu banyak kilang lepas pasang saja DUI datang suruh submit, baru submit. Okay, but before you even install, you need to submit written notification, pemberitahuan bertulis. Okay, lepas submit aplikasi ini, lepas 30 hari baru boleh start kerja pemasangan. After you have submitted the written notification, after 30 days, then only you can start installation. Step pertama. Step yang kedua adalah yang ini. Lepas kerja pemasangan sudah siap, dust collector sudah start beroperasi dalam 30 hari, 30 days. Step yang kedua kena submit written declaration, pengisytiharan bertulis. This is the second step. Okay. So submission to DG in such form as determined by the DG, certifying that the design and the construction of the air pollution control system have complied with the specification to refer to in sub-regulation 1. And subsection 5 ni attached dengan subsection 6. When you submit written declaration form, kena submit as built drawing sekali. Subsection 6. The owner or occupier of the premises shall within 30 days after the commencement of the operations and the premises submit to the DG as built drawings that show the placement of any works or structures that form part of the air pollution control system. Sekarang ni tak sama. Lepas dah siap kerja pemasangan, dah jalan, kena submit written declaration plus as-built drawings. Why do we need as-built drawings? Because dulu, sebelum 2014, design drawing memang perfect, tak ada masalah, design cantik tapi lepas pergi site tengok, alamak, ducting ni bukan lurus bengkang-bengkok ni, because ada banyak obstruction. So it will affect your design, it will affect your suction flow, because dia punya pressure loss lebih tinggi. So DUI tak nak ada perbezaan from your design and the actual installation. So now CAR 2014 kena submit as-built drawings. And as-built drawings ni pun sama, kena chalk and sign by PE. So this is very important, jangan lupa. So the second step, kena submit pengisytiharan bertulis, or we call written declaration, okay, and submit your as-built drawings sekali. So yang ni jangan risau lah. If you can, you engage a consultant. Consultant akan buat semua. You don't have to worry lah. Normally your systems designer, the supplier lah, yang supply dust collector, they will do this submission normally. Unless your dust collector is import overseas, from Europe ke, from China, example lah, then you engage a local consultant untuk submit to DOE. Right? Semua clear? Any questions on the regulation?
Section apa tu tadi kan, ada professional engineer kan?
Yeah.
Dia akan apa? Akan buat drawing dengan supervise.
Dia tak supervise, dia hanya review the design, then they chalk and sign on the drawings plus dia punya borang. There's a dust collector punya form, they have to chalk and sign, which means they verify that this design is okay.
Mana section tu dengan 5 berbeza lah.
Berbeza. Ada dua borang. That one is the submission to DOE. Okay. So I nak highlight because dulu KB dulu when I say it's before 2014 KB, the responsibility lies with DOE because ada banyak industri kata lah DOE yang semak the design, right? Dan DOE yang luluskan. So jika dust collector ni ada masalah, design problem lah, industry blame DOE dah check. So that's why the new regulation dah tukar. DOE hanya mengambil maklum saja industri nak pasang dust collector ni. Tapi industri dengan PE kena pastikan the design is okay, workable ni. So there's a difference lah. No more approval. They call it pemberitahuan bertulisan. Any questions?
Untuk peringkat 5
Yes,
tadi,
sir.
internet lebih faham lah.
Ya.
Maksud sebelum pemasangan dust collector tu,
Ya.
kena declare written declaration selepas 30 hari.
Okay, step pertama sebelum pemasangan we call it written notification, pemberitahuan bertulis.
Sebelum pemasangan.
Kena submit the first time lah. Tapi lepas dah submit, biasalah dalam 3 minggu atau sebulan, DOE akan balas surat mengambil maklum tuan nak pasang dust collector ni, dan pihak Jabatan Alam Sekitar dia ada halangan. Normally dia reply. Then you can proceed to install lah, buat kerja pemasangan. Lepas dah siap pemasangan, normally you do testing, right? Test run dengan production sekali, kalau dah stable, you start production. So dalam 30 hari, within the 30 days lah, when you have started production, kena submit written declaration. Step yang kedua.
Step lah.
Ya, betul.
After testing commissioning lah.
Yes. After testing commissioning. So it depends, you can take 1 year to test run the system. Depends on kilang lah. Tapi adalah kilang punya responsibility to submit and inform DOE. Saya punya production dah berjalan, beroperasi. Okay? Yes, sir.
Kalau existing dust collector,
Ya.
sedia ada tak menepati OT requirement untuk dia punya exhaust dia masuk ke drain.
Oh, masuk ke drain. Okay.
Either dan pakai sini kan.
Alright.
Dan kita perlu submit juga.
Alright. Very good question. Existing system dust collector yang sedia ada, dia punya tak ada cerugong lah, dia masuk longkang aja, right? So yang ni pernah submit any written approval ke?
Pernah submit.
Tak pernah. Okay. So this one normally we call it dust collector haram lah. Tak ada approval lah. Okay. Tak ada masalah, jangan risau. All of you don't worry if you have this problem. Biasa. Tapi apa yang perlu buat adalah cepat inform your management. Under regulation 5, which tomorrow we will cover, memang is compulsory kena buat notifikasi, the first step lah, pemberitahuan bertulis. We need to engage a consultant. Okay? But of course, memang cerobong or your exhaust tuan ni memang dah salah lah, memang selongkang. Memang tak boleh ya. You need to have proper chimney. Okay? So jangan buat ubah suai dulu lah. Okay? What you need to do is engage consultant, dia akan buat kiraan semua, detail drawing, submit to DOE first. Submit dulu. Ambil DOE punya surat balasan. Kalau DOE kata the design is okay, dia ada halangan, then baru tuan ubah supaya tercerobong. Memang kena ada exhaust proper lah. And the standard height which we will talk besok adalah 3 meter above the roof highest one. Standard punya height. Okay. So memang your step will be kena engage consultant to submit to DOE.
chimney untuk starter dan dust collector itu boleh gunakan satu
Sharing. Okay, boleh, memang boleh. If you have a proper calculation and consultant to submit lah, memang boleh. Tapi your stack sampling, we call it the checking of the emission. Ambil sampel lah dari chimney, you kena buat dua lah, habuk dengan gas, because you ada scrubber dengan dust collector punya combination. You can do, boleh combine. What normally kilang combine adalah untuk jimatkan cost. Because satu chimney, dia punya cost lebih rendah. Kalau ada 2 atau lebih, you have more cost to do the sampling test. Okay? So don't worry. But what if you do not do anything? Tak kisah, tak ada approval pun, jalan saja. Memang tuan-tuan dan puan-puan ada risiko. You have a risk jika UE datang. Biasa UE datang sekarang dia tanya 3 soalan. 3 questions they will ask you. Okay, dari jauh, dapat tahu lah, dust collector in your plant. The first question they will ask, okay, tuan atau puan, dust collector ni ada approval tak? Ada written notification punya approval atau written declaration punya approval tak? You say ada, so you show the surat lah daripada UE. Okay, surat ni kena simpan, jangan hilang. Kalau hilang, UE tak ada record, kena resubmit lagi. Okay, this one please remember, the approval letter from UE, you need to keep it. If you lost it, then you need to resubmit again. Because DV will treat, memang tak ada record, DV tak akan simpan. Okay, first question dah okay, ada approval. Second question, tuan atau puan, you ada OIB tak dekat kilang ni? Because ada dust collector, betul tak? Memang kena ada OIB. They say okay, ada OIB lah, and you show your certificate. Okay. Third question, boleh tunjukkan pemantauan prestasi, your record, performance monitoring record. Regulation 9, kena tunjuk record. Kalau tiga-tiga ni ada, then your dust collector is okay lah, tak ada masalah. Okay, so kalau first step tak ada approval lah. Okay, biasa DV akan bagi few citation, notice arahan lah. So under regulation 5, clean regulation 2014, tuan kena submit written notification. Biasa bagi 2 minggu untuk cari konsultan. Kalau lepas 2 minggu pun tak buat apa, what happen? Tahu tak? Tahu tak apa-apa? Saman. Okay, tuan kata saman. Okay, betul. Sebelum 2014, memang saman. Setiap kesalahan 2,000. 2000 every offence. Last time, before 2014. Tapi after 2014, tak ada saman. Untuk udara, for A offence, there's no more saman. Mengapa? Because I let you know first, because akta baru ni tak ada akta yang kata boleh saman. So tak boleh saman. So DV tak pernah saman lepas 2014 untuk udara punya kesalahan, tak ada. Tapi untuk air adalah, untuk bahan berbahaya adalah dia boleh saman. Tapi don't be happy, tak boleh saman bukan perkara yang baik. Apa kan berlaku? Kalau masih tak comply, tak buat apa, tak submit DOE punya notification. Sorry? Thank you. Tak boleh jalan sistem. Dia sita. DOE boleh sita your production and the dust collector. That's the worst case. Sekarang banyak kilang ada masalah ni adalah kena sita. Because saman 2,000 boleh bayar. Sometimes boleh appeal separuh, bayar 1,000 saja. Tapi kena sita, sehari punya kerugian tinggi, banyak oleh industri. That's why it's very serious. So that's why banyak kilang sekarang ni dia ada masalah ni, dia kena comply. Tapi bukan untuk udara saja lah. Because kalau DOE masuk, dia cek 3, udara, air, scary waste, dia cek the whole plant. Kalau bahan bahaya, dia boleh sama macam 2,000. Ada proper record, ada label, ada proper storage, sama. Okay? Tapi untuk udara memang serius, they can sita. So try to avoid this. Besok regulation we will cover that. What you need to do untuk comply semua. Jikalau semua comply, tak ada masalah, you don't have to worry. You come and sita. Okay? Alright. Any other questions on this group? Okay. Kalau tak ada, besok we'll go into detail the regulation. Alright. Okay. Let's look at your certification procedure. Okay. Ada 5 step lah, 5 step. So step pertama is attending this course lah. You spend 5 days here, Monday to Friday in here. Then step 2 kena complete the whole course lah. Please jangan miss any of the module lah. Every module is important lah for your exam. Okay. Then step ketiga, tuan-tuan kena pass your exam. Ada written dengan practical, theory dengan amali ya. So you can see on the left side dekat luar, we have a pilot dust collector system. Starting tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, you have amali dekat luar. Today is a little bit heavy ya, ada banyak theory, a little bit more technical hari ini. Okay, but I'll try to make you all awake lah. Okay, right. So on Friday ya, kita exam. Tuan-tuan kena pass the exam. Dan lepas tuan-tuan dah pass the exam, ada step keempat, kena submit FTR, Field Training Report. This is an assignment for all of you to do. And then last step, step yang kelima, the final step is professional interview. Go through a professional interview to get your OYD cert. Okay, so these are the 5 steps for you to get certified. Okay. Okay, step pertama, attending the course. It's a 4 days course. We say 5 days is hari Jumaat is your exam day review. So we will spend 4 days together. We will discuss on theory. We will do practical. Practical we will do in kumpulan, do in groups lah. Ada 2 group. So that's why when you will do in groups, ada chance tuan-tuan boleh bincang dengan team member. Okay, your team member also can guide you lah, kadang yang ada experience. Kalau nak tanya soalan tu boleh, you can ask anyone of our facilitator. We are more than happy to assist. Okay, so we have group discussions. We will discuss together. Misal kata, tuan-tuan pergi luar check dust collector. Hari ini punya pressure drop 200 mm water gauge tinggi. So you discuss lah. Kalau pressure drop tinggi, apakah kemungkinan yang berlaku? Mungkin compressed air tak ada, compressor sudah rosak, mungkin ada air masuk dust collector, ada banyak scenario. So you can discuss together. Then also we have some presentation as well end of the day. So only the last day, hari Jumaat, is your exam day. Okay. So that one, sorry, ada 2, written dengan amali. Ada pagi dengan petang. Two times lah, you can exam 2 kali ya. Okay. So this will be your 5 days this whole week in Master Jaya. Exam, I think most probably will be in Master Jaya, but we will confirm pada hari Rabu. Pada hari Rabu bila exam list dah keluar, then we will let you know. Okay. Right. So then we proceed to step number 2. Okay. Complete the course. Okay. So these are our 5 days punya course schedule. So today we will cover introduction of air pollution control system. Then we will discuss the different types of back filter. Okay. Ada banyak jenis lah. And we will discuss on key design factors. Factor apa yang akan affect the dust collector. This is very interesting. Dalam modul ni tuan-tuan boleh bezakan dust collector mana yang lebih sesuai ya. Misal katalah you want to buy dust collector 10,000 meter cube per hour punya flow rate. Company A quote 50,000. Company B quote 100,000. Company C quote 150,000. Nak beli dari mana? Company yang mana? Biasa paling yang murah betul tak? But after this module, tuan-tuan boleh bezakan the technical spec. Of course technical spec kena betul dulu lah, baru you choose the cheapest. Okay. So this is on module number 3. Okay. TUE legal requirement kami tambah besok. Okay. So today we will do house jet dust collector key components lah. We will discuss. Okay. Tomorrow we do legal. And then of course tomorrow we will continue with fan. And also yang paling penting for tomorrow is performance monitoring. You start to go out and do pemantauan prestasi. Alright, so this on day 2. Day 2. Day ketiga, we continue with performance monitoring. Okay, which is the daily sampai annually, the whole year punya performance monitoring lah. And we will do hands-on practical. Okay, and we will discuss dust collector punya common operating problems dan troubleshooting. Ada scenario lah, we give you some scenario. Okay, so this is day ketiga. The 4th day, FTR. We have another module to discuss of FTR. So apakah FTR ni? To let you know, FTR is an assignment untuk tuan dan puan-puan. You need to prepare a thesis to submit to DOE. Okay, so this one on Thursday we will cover macam mana nak prepare the FTR, the format, everything. Okay, so yang ni penting. And then of course we have case study on Thursday, hands-on practical assignment, something similar to your exam on Friday. Thursday we do practical yang sama dengan Friday punya exam, lebih kurang sama. Okay, you go out, you do your amali, ambil bacaan, lepas tu masuk dalam bilik. Okay, then we will give you scenario hari Isnin sampai Khamis punya bacaan. So misal katalah Monday to Thursday your dust collector filter pressure drop adalah 50 mm water gauge. Example every day is 50 saja, normal within the range. Then on Friday when you go out, you check dust collector dekat luar, dia punya pressure drop 150 mm water gauge. Tinggi betul tak? Dah tambah 100. So apakah sebab tu? Apa-apa kena bagilah the reason. Maybe ada air masuk, compressed air sudah kurang daripada 6 bar jadi 1 bar, ada orang tutup compressed air, example. These all the reasons. That one is on Thursday. Something similar to Friday punya exam. Okay? And then of course finally on Thursday we have group presentation. Okay, on these 4 days, besok sampai hari Khamis, morning we will start at 8.30 pagi, 8.30. Okay, today is a bit later because of registration. But Tuesday until Thursday we start at 8.30 in the morning, and we normally ends our class lebih kurang pukul 5. 5 o'clock we will end. On Thursday we will end a bit earlier, lebih kurang pukul 4 we will end. On Thursday pukul 4 we will end. Untuk tuan dan puan-puan balik your hotel ke rumah to study. Okay, give you more time to relax. So on Friday is your exam day. So pagi adalah practical exam, which means morning you come for practical exam. Then in the afternoon, lepas lunch, lepas sembahyang, you come back for theory exam. So jangan pagi sudah exam balik yang outstation punya dah balik pergi Johor ke balik Kedah ke, afternoon you still have exam. Okay, it's one whole day lah, one whole day. Okay, but of course we have place for you to rest. You can stay in the cafeteria. Okay, to study, makan, semua ada. Breakfast until tea break in the afternoon memang disediakan pada hari Jumaat juga. Okay, so some nak balik hotel pun boleh after your morning exam to study. It's up to you lah. Okay, so this is our 5 days punya program. Okay. So step ketiga, your exam. Okay, on Friday we split into 2 sesi practical exam and theory exam. So in the morning, practical exam adalah 1 jam, 1 hour. Okay, refer to your exam timetable which we will distribute on Wednesday. Hari Rabu kami akan keluarkan the timetable. Okay, lokasi of exam can be dekat Masjid Jaya atau IMAS Exam Center. We'll let you know on Wednesday, but I think most probably will be in Masjid Jaya. Kalau Masjid Jaya lebih baiklah, ada advantage because you do your training dekat sini, exam pun dekat sini is better lah. You dah familiar dengan sistem. Okay, so your 1 hour punya exam, first 30 minutes, 30 minit yang pertama take reading, measurement and observation and dust collector area, which means 30 minit yang pertama tuan dan puan-puan berada di luar. You'll be outside at the dust collector area. What you do is you take bacaan, tengok dia punya pressure gauge, check dia flow rate, which we will cover starting tomorrow, the practical. Okay, alright. And then the second 30 minutes, lepas dah siap 30 minit dekat luar, kalau dah siap 30 minit, tuan dan puan-puan kena masuk dalam bilik. You have to come inside the classroom. Even though if you haven't finished ambil data, maximum 30 minit dekat luar saja. Okay, lepas tu masuk dalam bilik, data analysis. What is data analysis? Yang saya tadi dah explain. We'll give you scenario. Monday to Thursday dia punya bacaan berapa, then hari Jumaat your reading dekat luar. Compare, lebih tinggi ke lebih rendah. Kalau tinggi, example lah pressure drop lebih tinggi, feedback sumbat lah. What causes feedback sumbat? Kalau pressure drop lebih rendah, bermakna feedback bocor ke, dah jatuh ke, dia mana you have to give the reason. So this one we will cover in our practical starting tomorrow. Alright. First 30 minutes dekat luar. Anyone who ends earlier, which means 20 minit dah siap, boleh masuk dalam bilik, tak ada masalah. Tapi lepas dah masuk bilik, tak boleh keluar balik. So example, 20 minutes you take everything, masuk bilik. Lepas buat sekejap, alamak, Ezo belum ambil, nak keluar balik tak boleh. So make sure you get all the data dekat luar, baru masuk dalam bilik. Okay? Macam tension sikit lah, all of you. Don't worry, I let you know some tips lah. Exam ni senang. Senang, really. Nak pass exam ni senang. Okay? Yang paling susah adalah apa? This one. Yang itu paling susah. Ada you know, banyak OIB pass lah, tak ada masalah. Pass. Tapi tak jadi OIB lagi because tak submit this thesis. This one I will explain later lah. Why this is very important. Paling susah yang ni ya. Okay, so your passing mark 70 mark, 70 to pass your exam for practical. Okay, so easy. Practical is something similar you do in the next 3 days. Okay, similar. The only difference is during training is open book group discussion. You can discuss with your team member. Bezakan, bandingkan your bacaan, you can. But on Friday is individual, closed book, no discussion. Jadi dah biasa lah, you take everything something similar. Okay. So on Friday is you are on yourself alone. Okay. Okay, so this is practical in the morning. Normally our exam will start 8:30 pagi normally. But we will let you know the timetable on Wednesday. Okay. So we will split all of you in groups. Misal kata first group 5 person will go out and exam first. Okay. So this 5 person you will take data, no discussion. Okay. Lepas nak ambil data, masuk bilik. Okay, then after that, pukul 9, another group 5 person go out again. Because we have 2 classes one class here, the other class sebelah. So jumlah ada I think 35 participants. So maybe we will split into 7 groups. Okay, 7 groups, 5 groups, 5 person, 1 group. Okay, so this is on morning. Morning. Okay, any questions on your practical exam? Ada? Okay, then in the afternoon, theory or your written exam, okay, 2:45 to 4:45, 2 jam, 2 hours, 2:45 to 4:45, all of you will be inside the room. Exam can be in Master Jaya atau dekat IMAS. IMAS exam center is UKM Bangi. Okay, not far from here UKM Bangi. I think it will be here. Hari Rabu we will confirm. Okay, and then the exam is 60 objective question. Ada 60 soalan objektif, kena jawab semua. You have to answer all the 60 questions objective. And then there are 6 subjective questions, tapi hanya pilih 4 saja, jawab 4. The subjective, there are 6, only choose 4 to answer. Okay, pilih 4 yang paling confident. Okay, so the passing mark pun sama, 70 marks. 70 marks. Very serious of you. So that's me. Okay. Give you some good news When nampak dekat sini ada assignment. Okay, all of you will get have this book right in your bag. This is your assignment book We call it assignment book. Okay. This book we will do it in the next 4 days Dalam kelas, whenever we have time, or we split into groups untuk buat amali, another group will do assignment dalam kelas. So this assignment is open book You can refer to your module. Okay, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kena pastikan you finish the assignment. Jawab semua soalan dalam assignment ni and submit on Friday. Pada hari Jumaat kena submit jangan simpan. When you submit this, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan akan dapat 30 markah. 3 marks for your written exam. So dalam exam kena ambil berapa markah untuk pass? Dah ada 30. Thank you. Another 40 marks you pass your exam. So senang juga That's why I say exam senang. Don't worry. You don't have to worry Okay. Jangan lupa if tuan-tuan dan puan-puan lupa nak submit pada hari Jumaat, then sorry. Your theory exam you have to score 70, which is 100 marks Because ini dah 30 right. You need to score perfect untuk pass. So please remember. And this book you can use it for revision. Hari Khamis kalau tak nak read the whole module yang tebal tu, you can also read this. Easier lah. So that's why we let you keep on Thursday. Keep it for revision. Tapi hari Jumaat kena submit. Okay, so you submit this one, you got 30 marks in the exam. Get another 40 marks, then you'll pass the exam. Okay, so this is your exam on Friday. So it's quite straightforward and easy. And if you have any questions along the way, sila tanya. Okay, don't be shy. There's no stupid question. Yang paling penting tuan dan puan-puan faham. Alright. Okay, we'll proceed. Okay, after your exam, after this Friday, if you want to check your result, kalau nak check result, it's all online. So DOE tak akan hantar email or for you. Okay, you can check your online result. Okay, at this website, imas.doe.my. Okay, this is the IMAS website. Kena masuk the online result in column. Click that. Masukkan nombor IC. Key your IC number. Okay, you click. If the result is ready, then the result will akan keluar another screen. Okay, you can print out your result and also print your certificate. Your OID certificate ni hanya laku 1 tahun saja. Valid for 1 year. Why 1 year? Okay, we have a look. So this is the website. imas.doe.my. Okay, you click this online result yang column. Okay, lepas tu you have to key in your IC number lah. Okay, this one. Masukkan nombor IC, tekan search. Kalau result dah keluar, you go to this page. You press search, then you come out this one. Your name, then you have written, pass, practical, pass. So if you pass, dua-dua pun pass. So you can print your result. Tekan column ni. Print result, then you get this result page. You can print out, simpan this page. Lepas tu, tuan dan puan can print your certificate. The temporary certificate, laku 1 tahun dia, you can print out. Okay, so this will be your temporary OYB cert. The laku date dekat atas ni, 1 year. Normally your result will be ready within 2 to 3 months. Dalam 2 hingga 3 bulan. Which means sekarang ni bulan 6, right? So your result might keluar bulan 8 atau bulan 9. So you check, kalau ada, you print out. So bisa katalah, your result come out bulan 9. Your laku date will be September 2022 sampai September 2023. Only 1 year. Kalau nak berapa memang OYB, tapi untuk 1 tahun saja. Why 1 year? Mengapa tak bagi forever? Thank you. Sebelum buat your homework, so why do you need to feel 1 tahun is you have to prepare your thesis ni. This thesis adalah 6 bulan punya data. You have to compile at least minimum 6 bulan punya data and submit to IMAS. Okay? So this one we will cover that. Okay, so what if tuan dan puan fail? What if you fail your exam? Mungkin fail amali ke or fail theory. Okay, don't worry, you don't need to come back for 5 days. Jikalau you fail any part, okay, say example yang ni, you fail practical, you fail, you can choose to resit, apply to resit. Okay, so when you resit, you come back on Friday, hari Jumaat saja, the next batch, you come back to resit for the exam. Okay, so maximum tuan dan puan can resit 3 kali saja. But until now we don't have participant resit 3 kali. Maximum 2 kali pun dah pass. Normally 1 time pun pass. Okay, and your resit period is 1 year from your result date. Which means September dapat result, your resit is within 1 year lah. Kalau lepas September 2023, cannot resit again. You have to come back for 5 days. Okay, so maximum resit 3 kali within 1 year from the result date. Okay, and setiap kali resit adalah 400 ringgit, 400 ringgit. Okay, so example, this Friday you come for exam, kata ada 35 orang, right? But you see dalam senarai nama tu ada, misal katalah 38 orang. Mungkin 3 orang datang resit lah from the past batch. Example saja lah. Okay, so normally they come back on Friday just for the exam. Alright, so this is on the examination result. Okay, so you will get, lepas these 4 days, you will get your course of attendance punya cert, your certificate of attendance. Okay, and if you pass your exam, you will have your competent certificate. Salah tu 1 tahun. Okay, so now we come to FTR, Field Training Report. Nah, yang ni paling susah. Exam is easy ya. So paling susah yang ni. Mengapa? Okay, so this one is to submit within the 1 year of the Salah date. Okay, adalah 6 bulan punya data, 6 months. So example, bulan 9 tuan-tuan dapat result. We can start bulan Oktober, November, December, January sampai March next year 6 months. Okay, you can do any 6 months. You nak start January next year sampai June next year pun tak ada masalah. Tapi within the 1 year, which means next year September kalau tak submit lagi, your submission will expire. Okay, will expire. Okay, so one of the requirement for being certified as OYB is to submit FTR. Memang tak boleh appeal, ada exemption. Kalau kata saya nak exam, tak payah submit FTR, cannot. It's a compulsory submission. Is to translate the knowledge acquired during the training, dalam training ni, into your practice at workplace. You nak tahu the things that tuan-tuan belajar dalam course ni, you can apply in your daily work. Okay, that's why they need the practical on the job training. Dia nak tahu lah. They need to look at your thesis. Undergo field training on drag filter dust collector at your workplace for at least 6 bulan. Minimum 6 bulan punya data. Kalau nak lebih tak masalah, nak 8 bulan punya data pun okay. But minimum is 6 months. To contain any 6 months data, candidates who have passed the exam shall submit FTR within 1 year from issuance date of competency certificate. Kena submit dalam 1 tahun. Okay? But I would like to let you know, kerana banyak OYB tak submit FTR lagi. So DOE dah extend the submission of FTR can be 3 years from the date you receive your result. 3 tahun. Bagus tak? Bagus tak? But please, my advice is submit dalam 1 tahun. Because kalau the first year you tak submit, normally second or third year pun tak akan submit juga. Right? Betul tak? And dah lupa, dah lama, you dah lupa macam mana nak start. Okay? So memang boleh 3 tahun nak submit FTR. Tapi ada let you know, dia punya perbezaan adalah jika tuan-tuan tak submit within the first year, you still can submit FTR. Tapi tuan-tuan bukan lagi OYB. Your OYB cert dah expired. You are no longer OYB, but you still can submit your FTR within 3 years. Okay, so please do it in the first year. Kalau boleh, I know memang banyak tak submit because work commitment, sibuk dengan kerja. Maybe ada further studies, ada family commitment. Tapi it's compulsory. Memang kena submit yang ini baru dapat OYB cert. That's why I say your exam is easy. Hari Jumaat ni jangan stress, it's easy. Yang paling susah adalah FTR. So on this one I'll do on Wednesday. On Wednesday we will discuss on FTR. Macam mana nak prepare, Okay, we go through the format. Okay, alright. So candidates who have passed the exam shall submit FTR within 1 year. But now it's 3 years. Okay. Okay. Subsequent to the training attended, participants are required to prepare report based on field work, on-job training to become an OYB. FTR is a means of knowledge transformation. Dia tahu you can transform what you learn from the class to your daily practices for the purpose of mainstreaming environmental management within premises. FTR also involved in change of behavior. Macam mana nak change behavior? Okay, sekata tuan-tuan tak tahu the legal requirement. You know the law already. So you can advise your management to comply, how to comply to all the DOE legal requirements. So slowly, maybe you cannot do it in 1 month or 2 months, maybe within 1 year. So all the proper approval dah ada, the proper record, misalnya kata performance monitoring dah ada buat. Okay, so all this data you start to compile. FTR format and content as stipulated by IMAS in the guidance document of preparation of FTR. So yang ni we will cover on Wednesday. How to prepare your FTR report. Okay, so this is on FTR. Just briefly go through. Okay, lepas tuan-tuan submit to FTR, Doesn't end yet. Your FTR akan assessed by UE. Kalau your FTR report memang okey, tak ada masalah, semua informasi ada, all the chapters ada, then you will be called for interview. Okay, you will be called for interview. That's the final step. If you are called for interview, I would say 99% tuan-tuan dan puan-puan akan jadi OYB. Almost there already. The only thing you can fail your interview, I can think of lah, it's only 2 reasons saja. The first one is FTR report ni bukan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang buat. Kalau tak faham pun tak apa, kena baca sebelum interview lah, right? Kalau tak baca for interview memang kena lah. The examiner tanya pun tak faham, tak boleh explain lah, then of course you will fail lah. Okay. Second reason you will fail is because all this while we have more than 1,000 plus OYB, hanya 2 orang yang fail saja. So the second reason I can think of, mungkin your thinking, pemikiran tak sehala dengan DOE. You're not in line with DOE lah, because now DOE nak implement GSR, Guided Self-Regulation. Makna kilang jaga equipment sendiri lah. You are responsible for your own equipment. Maybe the OYB yang fail lah, dia pergi sana, dia complain, sebab sepatut kerja jaga das kereta ni DOE yang buat. We only take care of our production really, so that's another reason. But if you are called for interview, 99% you will pass the interview. Okay, 99%. Right? So the only thing is your FTR. Jikalau informasi tak mencukupi, if you miss out certain information in the FTR report, DOE, they don't call reject, they will send you a letter, minta maklumat tambahan. They give you 3 months to prepare maklumat tambahan, and you have to resubmit again a new thesis. Kena print out yang baru and resubmit again. Okay, so that is the FTR. But normally FTR is quite straightforward. The second time you submit should be okay already, based on the informasi yang diberikan oleh DOE. Alright. Okay, the final one, professional interview. Okay, so normally if you are called for interview, you will be almost 99% you will pass. The only reason that I said will not pass is the 2 reasons. Okay, so if you fail, then I think you need to resit again 5 days, the whole course. Hanya dalam history ni hanya 2 orang yang fail. 1,000 lebih yang pass, only 2% fail. Any questions on that? Ada? Okay, we proceed. We don't end here. Professional interview dah pass, memang dah jadi OYB. Okay, so when you become OYB, this is the actual cert, actual OYB cert. Okay, see ada nama, ada IC nombor. This is the final one. Final one. Once a person is certified as competent person, he or she will be issued a certificate of competency under your name, and your name will be automatically registered under NRCEP, the National Registry of Certified Environmental Professionals, which is IMAS punya website. Semua nama OYB memang dalam sana. Okay, competent person name will be posted. This is the website, www.ue.gov.my. Okay. Okay, so this is taken before MCO, before the pandemic. So sebelum ni, normally during the convocation, OYB akan pakai jubah, you go to the stage and get your cert from the DG. Sebelum ni, but now these 2 years because of pandemic, there's no this ceremony. They send you the cert saja, Korea. Okay, I think now it's still the same. Okay, so this one is sebelum pandemic. See for the OYB, take the pakai jubah, then take the cert from DG. So, but we don't stop here. Your OYB cert ada maintenance, man. Kena maintain. Okay, we call it CPD, Continuing Professional Development. CPD. It is a commitment by competent person, OYB, untuk continually update your skills and knowledge. Kerana apa yang belajar sekarang, mungkin next year ada teknologi yang baru, right? So there are new things. So we need to keep on improving our knowledge. That's why it's part of your CPD program. Sama, if you are professional engineer, IR, setiap tahun pun kena maintain CPD points, CPD hours. Similar like your OYB cert. Okay? In order to remain professionally competent and achieve your true potential. So untuk maintain your registration as OYB, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan kena obtain minimum 40 CPD hours setahun, 1 year. Dulu 50 dulu 50. Now 40. Kurang, easier. Okay, let's see how to maintain. Okay, starting 2020, there is no longer eligibility to bring CPD balance to the next year. Lepas 2020 all the CPD points kalau tak digunakan, saya kata tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat 100 CPD points this year. So hanya diperlukan 40 saja, right? Another 60 cannot bring next year. No more. Every year start 0 again. So setiap tahun kena ambil 40 lah minimum. Okay. So the calculation of CPD points will be beginning of 1st January, and then you have to submit your CPD points before 31st January next year. Example, tahun 2022 sekarang this whole year I will kumpul saya punya CPD. Then macam mana saya nak submit adalah next year January I need to submit sebelum 31st January I have to submit. How do we submit is by online. Now we don't send mail ke post ke, tak ada lah. We submit online cuma di digital. Okay. Okay, so this one is means that the year tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat your OIB cert, that year we call it honeymoon year, which means kita kata lah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat your OIB cert 2024, okay. That year no need to maintain CPD. Starting 2025 baru you kumpul CPD. So the year that tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat your OIB cert, the year free from maintenance. Tak perlu, first year sajalah. Okay. So this is what I mean. Okay. Okay. Maintaining and enhancing technical knowledge and professional skills in subject matter you are certified in. Learn new skills and deepen your understanding in the subject matter you are certified in. And always be aware of the latest issues and developments in the subject matter you are certified in. So these are the objectives of CPD here. Okay. So jikalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan ada more than one OIB cert, katalah you have scrubber OIB, now you get your tap filter OIB, and then you also have wastewater treatment plant OIB as an example. 3 OIB cert, you only maintain 40 CPD hours sama, no need to times 3 okay. Doesn't matter how many OIB cert you have, you only maintain 40 CPD hours a year. So senang for you to maintain.
So need to submit separate or just
together? You can submit together. There's an online website where you can submit together. Okay. Alright. So this is on the OIB cert. Okay. So this will be the website. The NRCP. When you have passed your interview, your name will be automatically registered. Then you will be given your user ID. Normally user ID adalah your IC, nomor IC. The password you can change. You can change that. So you key in, then you can log in to the website. Then you go to CPD uploading page to upload your CPD hours. Okay, so the CPD DOE split into 2 category. Ada 2 kategori One is knowledge based, which means we need you to attend seminar, learn something new, knowledge based. The other one is hands-on, practical, hands-on based, which means kerja yang dibuat dalam kilang, hands-on. Okay. So the first one, kategori 1 is knowledge based. Improve your knowledge and skills in the subject area of competence. Minimum 10 CPD hours. Kategori 1 hanya 10 CPD hours. Then kategori 2 is hands-on based. Maintain ongoing competence in operational aspects for the subject area of competence. Minimum 30 CPD. So kalau jumlahkan 10 plus 30 is total 40 dah. Okay. So what is category 1? What is category 2? Let's have a look. So category 1 is knowledge based. It's like what you normally do is you attend seminar. Normally DOE state setiap tahun pun ada 2 kali, 3 kali seminar, right? 1 day seminar. Okay. So 1 day seminar physical punya seminar is 6 CPD hours per day. Which means you go for 2 hari DOE punya seminar, example lah, dah ada 12, dah cukup lah. Okay, so you can attend training course, seminar, conferences, technical visits. Okay, so this one is 6 CPD hours per day, 6 CPD hours. Atau tuan-tuan can go for online training. Now DOE also do online training, right? Online training is maximum 2 CPD sehari. Jadi kurang sikit. So you need to attend 5 days online baru dapat 10 CPD. Right? You can do physical or online, or if you are publishing book, some of the participants they are PhD holders, doctorate. They publish article, technical article, so they also can claim CPD hours. Okay, alright. Or you do technical training to external agency. Misal kata tuan apa ada modul ni, right? You are now competent person. So you go to another company just to explain to them how to do performance monitoring. You also can claim CPD hours. You do training bukan in-house external company. Another company dekat luar Okay, that one you can claim. Self-study. Okay, if you do any study on article, misal kata now you see from the IEM Malaysia ada publish satu article on back filter back material. You download that material, you baca. You also can claim CPD hours. I think it's 2 or how many. You can check with IMAS. Self-study which means baca artikel, technical article pun boleh obtain CPD. You just upload the article to IMAS website. You also can claim. Or further study. Anyone doing say further study diploma ke, degree, masters, PhD, you can also inform you are studying this module in your further study. That one also you will get CPD hours. Senang betul tak? Nak dapat 10. It's very easy. Kalau nak senang cerita, go for 2 days physical seminar saja. 12 points. Dah siap. Okay, if not you can do baca artikel, technical artikel pun boleh. So anyway you will get 10 very easy. So this is under category 1 So let's see category 2. Senang juga. Operate or manage APCS. Jikalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, your job description, JD your job description adalah part of your work to manage the dust collector. So this one I will cover in FTR as well. We need an employment letter ke atau a JD from your company saying that tuan-tuan dan puan-puan adalah assigned to take care of the dust collector. Then automatically your dust collector you manage, right? You get CPD points. You get CPD points, And if you conduct performance monitoring, ini setiap hari kena buat, right? Maybe you are not the one doing. You train your supervisor pergi buat ambil data. So that one whole year punya performance monitoring data you upload to IMAS website, you also can get CPD hours. I think yang ni 15 point maximum. Ini pun sama 15. So kalau jumlahkan dua ni dah 30, right? Dah cukup. Okay. So this is operate and manage, conduct performance monitoring, atau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan conduct internal training. You use this module, you train your operator macam mana nak ambil bacaan semua ni. So that one I think is one session 2 CPD hours. This one. Okay. Atau when you submit FTR report, okay, DOE nak galakkan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan submit FTR. So whenever you submit one FTR report, you can use the FTR report to claim CPD hours. Boleh claim sekali saja. Which means example you submit FTR untuk back to the dust collector, right? So say 2024 tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat your certificate. So 2025 on category 2 you can claim this FTR report punya points. Okay, you can use the FTR report our page. One thing I want to highlight whenever you submit the FTR report to IMAS, when you submit some of you send by courier, right, outstation. Print out satu cover page yang extra. Ask the courier service to get the acknowledgement chop and signed by DOE. Diterima pada tarikh bila. That chop is the bukti tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dah submit your FTR. Okay, so that one you can just upload which date, which year you submit FTR. You can claim satu kali. If you have 3 OIB cert, you can claim 3 FTR report punya submission. Okay, boleh claim one time for every FTR report. Alright, so if you are consultant, or we say environmental auditor yang pergi kilang, audit dia punya air pollution control, audit dia punya schedule waste, audit dia punya wastewater treatment plant, that one they will also get CPD hours bila dia pergi buat auditing. Okay, trainer for computer course macam saya, my job scope is to conduct training, right? Whenever I do training, I will get CPD hours. Saya kena pastikan saya dapat 30 lah for kategori 2. Tapi untuk kategori 1 for myself sama lah. I need to attend seminar, I need to read some articles to get 10 points. Okay, so this is for trainer lah, untuk kumpul dia punya CPD hours. So untuk tuan apa-apa boleh list 4 lah, 1, 2, 3, 4. But normally it's 3 lah. FTR report is one time a year. Okay, so easy ya. You can just get this 3 dah cukup 30 CPD hours per year. So it's quite straightforward. Yang paling susah is this one. Submit your FTR, please. Ini memang paling penting for your course. Pass your exam on Friday susah, memang senang saja. Jikalau ada apa-apa tak clear, you need clarification about your exam, please ask. Bukan tips tak ada. But yang mana penting, I akan highlight. Okay, mana penting. Okay, so NRCEP is the National Registry of Certified Environmental Professionals. This is the website at emas.ue.gov.my. The registration entails professional environment officer to be on track and committed to their duties. These are the things that you keep tracking. All your information you uploaded, you can retrieve back. Okay, this website is an online application software which enables NRCEP registrants to access and maintain your own files as well as apply for renewal of registration. What if tuan-tuan puan-puan tak submit your CPD hours? Apa akan berlaku? Right, you can say saya tak nak submit. Apa DUI boleh buat? Okay, if you do not submit, okay, maybe first year DUI akan bagi warning, reminder. Kalau tahun kedua tak submit lagi, DUI ada kuasa untuk bekukan your registration, which means they freeze until you submit, baru dia unfreeze lah. Okay, so the worst case is dia boleh tarik balik your certificate. So please, memang compulsory kena submit 40 CPD hours a year. Okay, competent person to register with NRCEP online. So this one, lepas tuan apa-apa dah dapat your OIB cert, you will need to register lah. All supporting document, proof of each CPD activities to be submitted online. You just scan. Misal kata you go for UE seminar, ada certificate of attendance, right? You scan that one, DF format, upload saja. So all things you just upload. So it's quite straightforward. And do it 31st January the next year. Kalau lepas 31st January, February nak submit tak boleh, tak close. So everything you have to submit within January. Okay. Alright. So benefits of NRCEP: establish networking with relevant professionals and organizations, in contact with DOE on events, activity update, snowballing of knowledge within the field of environmental knowledge, and also enhance the understanding on regulatory and compliance requirements. So if DOE ada apa-apa news yang baru, they will also inform OIB, okay, through the website. Alright. Okay, up to date untuk gap filter sampai 700. We do both scrubber dengan gap filter lah. Kalau gabungkan dulu sampai 1,500. Why so less? Because tak submit FTR. That's the only reason. FTR is the stumbling block. Paling susah FTR. Okay. Alright. So benefits of become a competent person, certified by EMAS to operate and supervise the filter as per DOE legal requirement is under section berapa? 49. Thank you. Dan regulation? Yes, thank you. Regulation 7 pun ada mention OIB to be on duty at all times whenever the dust collector is running. Able to conduct effective back filter dust collector performance monitoring. You know how to do proper performance monitoring. Effective preventive maintenance. Yang ini penting. Jika tuan apa-apa dah dapat knowledge ni, saya katalah you know how to read the data. You see your back filter sekarang ni 100 mm gauge. Dan dalam 2-3 bulan dia naik 120. And you know maximum is 150. So dalam you punya data, you already predict dalam 6 bulan feedback ni akan sumbang. Example, you can pre-inform your purchaser, beli spare feedback. You can pre-inform your production. I nak plan mungkin end of this year, New Year punya holiday, kena shut down 2 hari untuk tukar feedback. So you will save your company production losses. Effective preventive maintenance lah. Jangan sampai feedback dah sumbat, alamak nak beli spare feedback sebulan example. So this whole month feedback sumbat, suction lemah, tak boleh sat lah because feedback sudah sumbat. So habuk dalam production terkeluar, then pergi ke kilang bersebelahan. Your neighbor complain, then you datang. All this problem will come, right? So you can prevent all this with the proper preventive maintenance lah. Alright. Maximize dust collector efficiency and ensure smooth operation. Okay. Ensure smooth production. Kalau tak ada non-compliance, you don't worry lah. UE tak kacau lah. Minimizing unnecessary plant shutdown due to drag filter problems and non-compliance with UE. Masalah sekarang ni is whenever someone complain, neighbor lah complain, ada banyak habuk from your kilang, sure UE will come. So if UE come, dia akan check semua lah. Notification ada tak? Tak ada. Okay. OID ada tak? Tak ada. Rumus monitoring ada buat tak? Tak ada. Senang cerita. Sita dulu. Ya, pasti dia tu. Tu sita, dia tak ada komplain. Then they give you time lah. You nak hantar OID ke, nak submit all this will take months, right? Nak dapat OID cert pun ambil masa. That's why the knowledge on legal requirement is very important. Okay, which we cover tomorrow, right? Okay. Cost reduction in maintenance and production downtime, okay, and of course compliance to DOT legal requirement and to avoid penalty. Penalty bukan saja sita saja. Tomorrow DOE legal will explain detail what is the worst case scenario untuk udara yang salah. Tapi tak serius macam air dengan solid waste lah. Udara is paling minimum, okay, paling minimum. Okay, so challenges of competent person, of course we know the difficulty as OIB yang pertama ni banyak popular lah, convince the management to allocate budget for environmental management. Biasa nak minta more budget, susah sikit lah from management. Okay, mindset change, you have to change the mindset of your management. Day-to-day management break the barrier of management. But if you want to change the mindset of your management, normally you don't need to fight with your management. Kalau nak senang, you bring up the DOE legal. Let them know what is the legal requirement dalam akta lah. Because kalau tak comply, premise owner or occupier is responsible, which means your MD ke or the owner of the factory have to be responsible. Kalau masuk lockup pun, the owner, you have to advise them, okay, to prevent this lah. Okay, so, jangan risau, OIB tak masuk lockup. Tak kena saman, but you have the responsibility to advise your management. Itu paling penting. Formulation of environmental policy, okay. Establish a procedure SOP untuk performance control. Ini penting, which we will cover tomorrow. Agent of change, regulatory compliance, and beyond compliance initiatives. So these are the challenges that we understand. Okay, and of course, last but not least, the ethics of competent person. Ada 5. Kena ada high degree of obligations in morality, personal knowledge and conduct. Kena ada integrity, responsibility, and also personal honor. So these are the 5 ethics of OIB. I always say OIB is like a bridge between DOE and the industry. Whenever DOE comes, dia nak jumpa OIB saja. Because OIB will understand what DOE nak. Nak jumpa your MD ke, your GM pun dia tak faham macam mana nak explain, right? They only look for OIB. And OIB punya responsibility adalah pastikan legal compliance, dust collector performance is okay, and to advise the management. Kalau nak budget, bisa kata lah, bila beg dah bocor, memang kena tukar, tak boleh jahit balik, right? You want to change, you have to advise them. Kalau tak comply, kena sita, get the risk. Okay? So that's the end for module number 1. Any questions? Mana apa? Okay, ada lah. Tak ada, we will break for tea break. Okay, then we will start back our class at 10:45. 10:45. Tea break is at first floor. Right. Selamat pagi, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Very good morning. So how is your practical going on? Go baik kan? Okay. So today we're going to go through one of the important topik yang penting which is the FTR, your Field Training Report. Like I said earlier, your exam tak susah. So yang paling susah is actually the FTR. Susah in the sense that you will have a lot of commitment kerja ke, tak dapat siapkan FTR. So that's why I need to go through this in detail, and lepas tu you can go through the sample. So the sample report ni is actually for your reference saja. It might not be the perfect report, mungkin pun ada kekurangan sikit. So it's up to you. You can have reference and idea macam mana nak prepare report ni. Alright? Okay. Let's go to this module, Field Training Report. Objective of Field Training Report: conducting measurements of performance monitoring data and conduct measurement using portable equipment. So basically, you nak tahu lah sama ada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan boleh menggunakan instrumen as per your training dekat sini and ambil data. Okay. Preparing performance monitoring report and presenting it to the back filter performance monitoring committee for management. So basically data dust collector ni tuan-tuan dan puan-puan kena present to your management. So macam biasa lah, if you find anything wrong with your dust collector, ada barang kena tukar, kena modify, you need to report to someone, right? So basically is to prepare this report as well. And making decisions on back filter operation matters. After this course, selain daripada becoming OYB, you will have the knowledge to advise your company apa perlu buat untuk memperbaiki dust collector. Okay, and the last one, initiating efforts to introduce new or improved work or monitoring procedure in back filter operation. You might come up with some new SOP yang lebih baik untuk implement dalam company. Okay, so this will be your FTR punya objective. Okay, so your submission bukan submit kepada DOE state jangan hantar ke DOE state office. This is your report assignment. So it's hantar kepada IMAS, kepada pengarah IMAS dekat UKM Bangi UKM Bangi. Okay. So you need to prepare a minimum 6 months data. Paling minimum 6 bulan. Nak lebih tak ada masalah. Of course maximum pun maybe 10 months or 11 months saja. Because your berkata salah tu period is just 1 year. Okay. One hard copy, kena print out satu hard copy dan satu soft copy. You will submit one CD in PDF format. In PDF format, burn into CD and then attach together report dan hantar kepada IMAS. Of course, some of you will say kami laptop pun tak ada CD-ROM lagi tak pakai, only USB port, right? Or maybe SD card, pen drive gitu. So actually you can email to the officer in charge for FTR adalah Puan Vida. So later in this afternoon we will distribute to you the exam list. Dekat belakang list ada DOE officer punya contact, IMAS officer lah. You can request from them to submit pen drive. I believe boleh tak ada masalah. Of course your pen drive tak boleh dikembalikan. Okay. Right. So this is one hard copy and one soft copy to IMAS. And one main thing when you submit this report, jangan lupa fill out one extra cover page. One page extra untuk apa? Thank you. To get the acknowledgement from IMAS. Okay, so this cover page extra punya, get IMAS receptionist to chop and sign, diterima pada tarikh bila and return back to you. Untuk tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang luar negeri you send by courier, then get your courier service to return back the cover page. Yang tu penting yang tu adalah bukti tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dah submit your FTR. Okay. So example you get your result August this year, expiry date August next year. and you submit bulan 7 lah, say bulan 7 next year. So call for interview pun kena tunggu 3 bulan lebih kurang. So in between kan, kalau DOE officer datang bulan 10, bulan 11 next year, your temporary OYB cert memang dah expired, right? But if the officer request to see your cert, okay, boleh tunjuk memang dah expired. Tapi saya dah submit FTR bulan 7 within the 1 year. Then tuan-tuan dan puan-puan masih OYB. See the difference? Kalau tak submit FTR within the 1 year, you submit after 1 year, you still can submit FTR. Tapi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan no longer OYB. That's the difference saja. Okay kan? Clear? Alright, let's proceed. Okay, your report specification dan dia punya format kan? Okay, your cover and binding page, the typeface is Arial. We use Arial font kan? Jangan tukar kepada Helica ke, New Times Roman ke, please jangan. It's Arial. Language of report can be English or Bahasa Malaysia, either one. Right? And inside the main text, typeface pun sama, Arial. And the font size is 12 point, 12 point. Okay, so this is the format for the whole report. Okay, margin and spacing for the page. Atas 20 mm, bawah is 40 mm, kiri 40 mm, kanan 35 mm. That's the spacing for your page, every page. Okay, and then type only one side of the paper. Hanya print one side saja. Dan belakang memang empty lah. Do not print double-sided. Okay, it's just one side. Spacing is 1.5 space. Spacing is 1.5. So left, right kena justify. Okay. And then for caption of figures and tables, single spacing is okay. Okay. So captions, figures and tables, single spacing is okay. And setiap muka surat kena ada nombor. Ada nombor. So every page, except the title page, must be numbered. So there are a few pages in front, we call it preliminary pages, which is your introduction, nama tuan-tuan, your company verification letter tu. Yang tu is under Roman numerals, Roman number lah, 1, 2, 3 sampai 4 saja. Okay, and then your main text is the normal numerical number, and you put tengah in the middle of the page. Okay, sampai your appendix also you use the numbers. All pages must be numbered consecutively and continuously. Okay, so this is on the report specification. Okay, so yang atas ni is 20 mm spacing, bawah is 40, kanan is 25, kiri is 40. Okay, so this is an example of the spacing for the page. Okay, senang. Okay. Your report ni, cover must be in black color, hitam. Please don't print out in hijau ke, biru ke, sangat. It's hitam, and the wording is gold color. Wording is gold color. Tepi sini, some of you might want to print. It's up to you, tak compulsory. Nak print dekat tepi pun boleh, tak nak pun boleh. Okay, but depan is must. Alright. Okay. So your structure of the report ada 3 section. Section A, preliminary pages. Section B is your main text, and section C is appendix. Appendix. So minimum of this FTR kena ada 15 muka surat. Tak mungkin lah. This is one of the thinnest one pun, almost 100 lebih pages. So kalau memang 15 pun, I think something is wrong because your daily performance for 6 months pun dah lebih daripada itu. Okay? And all photographs should be printed in color. Okay? Semua gambar raja kena print in color. Okay? Please do not print in black and white, in color. Okay? Okay, so this will be your table of contents. So yang atas ni is section A, preliminary pages. Dia punya nombor adalah Roman numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maximum is 5 pages saja. And then tengah ni ada jumlah 7 chapter this is your main tax. Section B, main tax. And dekat bawah sini, appendices. This is section C. Section C. So, jumlah ada 3 section. 3 section. Okay. Okay, let's look at section A dulu. Preliminary pages. Okay, so first page will be information of tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Okay, your name, your contact address, designation, nature of business of your company. What is your company? Punya produk ke, manufacturing plant, what are they doing? And date attaining the course of certified environmental professional practitioner. So you put in this week punya date 13 hari bulan sampai 17. Okay, so this is the date. Name and address of the premise. Okay, you put Master Jaya. Okay, period of field training. To depends on when you start. Sekata tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat result bulan 8, you're going to start bulan 9, then bulan 9 sampai February next year lah. Okay. Date of attending the technical field training report, okay, FTR report, and then lastly, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan kena letak your contact officer. Who is the next person you boleh contact dekat office? Okay, the contact person dekat office. Okay, so this is first page. Roman number 1. General informasi of tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Okay, senang. You can put your supervisor ke atau your manager, your superior lah. Okay. Alright, this is first page. Okay, then we come to second page. Masih preliminary pages. This is a verification page to be filled up by candidates supervisor. Yang ni kena tuan-tuan dan puan-puan punya supervisor. You can get your manager, whoever you are reporting to, ask him or her to chalk and sign on this letter. I hereby declare that Mr. or Miss has completed the 6 months field training as required and the information provided in the report is true to my best knowledge. Name of the supervisor, nombor IC of supervisor, the designation, the sign, tarikh and company stamp. And this letter must be printed with the company letterhead. Kena ada company letterhead. Yang ini adalah pengesahan. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan memang dah assign to submit this FTR. Why do we need this? Because this is to make sure that you are the correct person to submit the report for this company. Because we are using the draft letter of the company. Kalau tak ada surat ni, saya pun boleh ambil any one of your company lah. Petronas punya draft letter, saya masukkan saja, submit. Right? There's no one to verify. So we need someone to verify. Okay, this is compulsory. Right? And the last page untuk preliminary section, declaration. Yang ni OYD kena sign. So yang ni declare lah that the whole report is product of your own. Tak ada plagiarism, tak ada copy. And all the facts stated in it and the accompanying information is true and correct, and that I have not withheld or distorted any material facts. So your name, nombor IC, designation, signature, date, and company stamp. So surat ni pun sama, kena ada company letterhead. So declaration and verification kena ada company letterhead. Alright. So these are basically the preliminary pages. Okay, lepas tu we go to the main text. Jumlah ada 7 chapter. Main text ada 7 chapter. Jangan create additional chapter. Jangan bagi 8, 9 chapter. Jangan kurangkan chapter juga. Okay, stick to the same format. 7 chapter. Okay, and then last one, section C appendix. Jumlah ada 4 appendix. 4 saja. Okay. Supporting information attachment attached on the relevant chapter or subchapter. Okay, this is section C. Okay, question. Jikalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dah pass your exam, and then by early next year, you get a better offer. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan pergi company yang baru. Macam mana? Do you still want to submit your FTR? Jikalau company baru tak ada dust collector. Say lah, company baru tak ada dust collector. You already pass, tapi tak cukup 6 bulan, tak dapat submit FTR. Do you still want to submit your FTR? Or do you still can submit? Masih boleh submit tak? Boleh. Macam mana? Tak ada dust collector. Sorry? Declare. Tanya Imas. Imas punya dust collector tak jalan. Okay, betul lah. Pinjam. Okay. What you can do, if you are still in good terms with your old company, company lama, you can request from them bagi 6 bulan untuk orang puan-puan completekan your FTR.
Stay lah, kena stay lah.
Tak bagi. Okay, if you think of that lah, you are in a new company. New company tak ada dust collector, so tak perlu OIB lah, basically, betul tak? And you need to submit your 6 months data. If your old company bagi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan submit FTR, you can in exchange. You say, saya jadi 6 bulan punya OIB dah untuk hilang. Okay, I give free consultation. Tolong jaga, tengok report, bagi free feedback to the company. Tak ada charge. In return, company pinjamkan dust collector saya for you to submit. Of course, you will say lah, macam mana saya nak travel ke company setiap hari because I'm working, right? You can request your ex-colleague, sesiapa lah yang bekerja sana, dia yang kumpulkan data tu, tapi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang check, you review. Because your role bukan semestinya nak ambil data saja. Your main focus is to analyze the data. Saya kata minggu ni, the pressure drop of the feedback 50, 50, tapi hari ni jadi 200. Saya kata, you know something is wrong, right? As OID. Then you can ask the operator what happened. Can you check the compressed air supply? Can you check the dust loading? Can you check the hopper? Is it full of dust? Semua ni you can troubleshoot. So you are the person to counter check saja. Okay, so this is one of the option to pinjam. Kalau old company tak pinjam, any company you know, you write into the management yang dia boleh pinjam pun boleh. That's why we need the verification letter. This one from the company, dia yang allow tuan-tuan dan puan-puan to use their dust collector.
If previous company already get this letter,
Yeah.
if for second company, need also need that.
If you are submitting the old company punya dust collector, tak perlu. So but you need to have 6 months lah in the old company, baru you go to the new company lah. My scenario is sebelum tuan-tuan dan puan-puan cukup 6 bulan, tapi dah ada better offer, you went to the new company. And the new company tak ada dust collector. Tak ada lah, just in case. But if your new company ada, tak ada masalah. You use the new company punya dust collector. If you do not have enough time to complete the 6 months data within the 1 year, Mr. Carter, next year, August is the deadline, right? But you go to the new company, say June next year, and you baru nak start, you can write in to request from IMAS extension sebelum expiry ya. Jangan tunggu bulan 8 dah expired baru nak request, tak boleh. UE memang tak layan. You have to request sebelum and bagi your reason why you need to extend. Okay? Yes sir.
The CePA must be continuous or between pandemic?
That must be continuous. Must be continuous. Jangan bulan 3 ni dan bulan 5 jump. Missing like a few months because this will be a continuous tracking the 6 months. Bisa kata dah bulan 3 ada masalah, you need to know bulan 4 ini follow up. So it will be continuous 6 months. Okay, a very good question. And you do not need to run the dust collector every day jikalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan punya dust collector is running on batch processing. Some will say dust collector jarang guna sebulan hanya jalan 2-3 kali sahaja. My report daily one macam tak ada apa-apa, 3 data saja, 3 hari punya data. Boleh juga, tak ada masalah. Because it's based on your actual production. Okay, if you're running every day, then bagus lah.
All the dust collector only one or all in the
Okay, good question. Some of your plant have more than one dust collector. Do you need to ambil semua dust collector punya data to submit in FTR or just one? Okay, the answer is one, minimum one. Tapi jika tuan-tuan nak dapat 2 atau 3 punya rekod pun boleh, tak ada masalah. There's no restriction, but normally people do one. And some of you may be coming from the same company, okay, 3 or 4 of you, and you would like to use the same dust collector for your FTR. Pun boleh, tak ada masalah. Which means your daily 6 bulan punya data memang sama lah. Tapi, the way you present the report, the way you write the wording semua ni, kena berlainan. Jangan setiap perkataan pun sama lah. That one is end up plagiarism. So, all of you will fail together. Alright? Kalau nak use the same dust collector, tak ada masalah. Maybe you can discuss lah some of the troubleshooting itu. Okay? Alright? Any other questions on this one? Tak ada kan? So we are quite clear how you want to submit. Jikalau tak ada dust collector, you can borrow, you can request, okay? But the best is to find the company yang ada lah. Okay, memang sayang lah, if you pass the exam then tak submit FTR ni, memang sayang. So this is in demand lah, in demand. Alright? Okay, then we come to the main text. Okay, section B. Jumlah ada 7 chapter lah, 7 chapter. Okay, chapter 1. Introduction of your company. So basically, you need to explain the background of your company or industry. What is the nature of manufacturing activity that is carried out by your company or factory? What is your product? So lepas tu, what is your end product, type of manufactured product? Maybe you have a few products. Yang paling penting, kawan-kawan kena masukkan flow chart of your industrial process and give some explanation. Dari raw material masuk, maybe you go through grinding, crushing, heating, then curing. So proses mana yang mengeluarkan air pollution yang ada habuk, yang perlukan dust collector. So describe activities in which the dust is produced. So you explain to the DOE officer. Okay, what type of dust being generated? Okay, so this will be in chapter 1.1 introduction. So jika tuan-tuan nampak nak senang kerja lah, you look back at your dust collector punya written notification report. Yang report yang your consultant submit to DOE, dalam report tu memang pun ada introduction of your company process. You can use that as your reference. Okay, lebih cepat lah, senang lah nak prepare. Okay, so this is 1.1 lah. Okay, so example of the flow chart can be the conventional box. Nak bagi schematic pun boleh, nak print out your PLC screen pun boleh. It's up to you, but you need to explain from proses mana until the end product. Dekat proses mana yang ada dust collector. Okay. Okay, 1.2 situation before attending the course. Yang ni kena bagi tahu DOE what are the non-compliance. Jangan risau. A lot of people risau. Jikalau saya kata, oh, sebelum datang course ni saya tak buat performance monitoring, tak ada written notification. Bagaimana nanti DOE datang serbu saya terkilang, seal my production. Tak ada. This is IMAS lah. IMAS officer tak akan inform the state officer. Okay, this is basically on your project saja. So DOE nak tahu, sebelum tuan-tuan datang to this course, what is your knowledge level? Mungkin memang tak tahulah ada Clean Air Regulation 2014 and then you need to submit Regulation 5 obligation to notify, memang tak tahu. Tapi lepas course ni, you already know, and then you take action, you advise your company to submit written notification for semua cerobong kalau hilang. Tak kisah back filter ke, scrubber ke, hot air furnace ke, semua. Okay? So explain how the back filter system was being monitored before you attend this course. Some participants kata, sebelum course ni saya hanya buat 2 parameter. I ambil back filter punya pressure drop dan suhu saja. So tak ada ambil airflow, tak check compressor pressure, all those tak ada lah, pun tak masalah. You can just inform what are the things that you used to do. Okay? Provide the list of monitoring parameters. What are you monitored? Yang dulu, before you attend this course, what is the normal parameter you do? Some of you maybe say, tak pernah buat performance monitoring. 0. Tak ada masalah. But next week, when you go back to your factory, please start. Memang kena start next week because jangan tunggu FTR. Because next week is under Regulation 9 tuan-tuan dan puan-puan memang kena buat performance monitoring. So next week onwards, you start to compile lah. Tak ada format, right? You can put your company name, your logo, then you do your first performance monitoring. If you have not started that, okay? And some of you might ask, can I use? I've been doing performance monitoring all this while. Sama dengan DOE punya sample lah. Can I use last year punya performance monitoring sampai bulan 3 ni to submit my FTR? Boleh tak? Boleh. Sorry tak boleh. Your FTR can only start when you receive your result. Sekarang bulan 8, tuan-tuan receive your result. Then FTR punya data start after you receive the result. Bulan 9 baru you start. Of course, maybe you dah ada all this while ada performance monitoring lah. Tapi tak boleh pakai lah. You use it for your FTR is after you get your result. Okay. Efficiency level of your back filter system. This one kena refer balik kepada stack sampling result. The test dekat ceroboh. What is the emission level? What is the efficiency level? And level of compliance to clean air regulation. Normally should be compliant. Kalau tak comply, ada pelepasan yang lebih tinggi daripada DOE punya limit. Of course, your lab people will highlight to you. Okay, so you have to attach the stack sampling report. Okay, so this is 1.2. Very menarik. This is something before you attend the course, we just tell you what is your normal practice sebelum ini. Okay. Alright. Chapter 2. So chapter 1 dah habis. Chapter 2 is organization's environmental commitment. Okay. 2.1. Environmental policy, EP. Compulsory kena ada. I think most of your factory ada lah. The environmental policy, Reproduce and extract of your company's industries environmental policy. Okay, kalau ada, just copy saja lah for the step. Kalau tak ada, for new developed policy, explain your involvement in its development process. Kalau tak ada lah, maybe you say, sekarang as OYD, I initiate, I join in the environmental committee and do a meeting to draft the environmental policy. Just bagi which date lah, you have a meeting, bila draft the report, atau policy tu, then you pass to your management to sign. If the policy is not yet developed, you are required to show or explain company's efforts or initiatives towards its development. You may provide copies of any documents that are related to the process as an evidence. So basically, this is the minutes of meetings saja. Biasa ada meeting, right? Discuss with the committee macam mana nak draft the EP itu, and take a photo of your group lah when you are having discussion, and attach into chapter 2.1. That's fine with it. Okay. So take a photo of the official EP with your CEO atau president atau manager signature, or retype it and have it formally endorsed. Another signature. Okay. This one are a sample. There are many samples if you do not have EP yet, you can just Google the internet, ada banyak sampel. And one thing, your EP, okay, you can chop and sign, right? Some of you will say, my EP is connected to safety and health. Is safety and health and environmental policy. Can I use that or not? Yes, boleh. Some of you combine, right? Pun boleh. And itu dalam masuk. Okay. Okay, 2.2. Environmental budgeting, EB. Describe budget allocated for proper operation and maintenance of air pollution control systems. Your budget can be on maintenance, berapa you spend setahun. What are the spare parts you buy? Personnel, performance monitoring equipment, atau OYD cost. You come for the OYD cost. So you can do a table and put down the list of consumable spare parts that you are buying every year. No need actual amount. Because some will say, alamak, macam mana saya tahu kena pergi purchaser sana ambil the detail data. Tak perlu. A rough figure. DOE doesn't need your PO, tak perlu evidence. But need a rough estimation. What is the budget you use? Misal katalah, setiap tahun tuan-tuan tukar fuel bank. It's RM100,000. Example for the whole plant. Disposal of the dust, schedule rates, fly ash, maybe 200,000 example. So all these you put in. Changing of spare parts, consumable, all those you can put in. Okay, this is for the whole plant, 1 year. The budget for 1 tahun. Okay, 2.3 environmental competency, EC. Yang ni show an organizational structure, your organization chart, where you as a OYD are placed. Yang ni adalah complete organization chart from your top management, CEO ke MD sampai ke bawah, and where you are as OYD. Complete company organization chart. Provide a certified copies of your list of duties. Ni penting. Dalam JD, your job description atau employment letter, must have explanation saying that you are in charge of air pollution control system. Jikalau tak ada masalah, maybe you are from another department, engineering ke, maintenance, now you are being transferred to take care of the dust collector. Request this additional letter from your HR or your manager, just to prove that you are assigned to take care of the dust collector. Why this is important? Okay. Yang ni adalah untuk FTR. Masih ingat the CPD points, kategori 2, setahun kena ada 30 CPD hours, betul tak? So that one pun you need the list of duties that you are assigned to take care of the dust collector, then you are the one to do the performance monitoring. So you need that to prove that you are the correct person to take care of the dust collector. So this one please remember to put in. Whereby the back filter performance monitoring function is one of your core duties. Jangan nanti dapat OYD cert for back filter, transfer kepada wastewater treatment plant. So you got OYD, right? So you should be the correct person to take care of the correct equipment. Okay? So this is EC, environmental competency. 2.4 Environmental Monitoring Committee, EMC. So what is EMC? Basically is your reporting team. Who do you report to every month or every week? Okay? Jikalau tuan-tuan punya organisation is a big organisation, a lot of levels, okay? Normally you have 2 EMC. The first one is organizational management structure, where you as the OYD would report regularly to an EPMC, which is your Environmental Performance Monitoring Committee, which would monitor and subsequently report to a higher management on the back of the performance. Misal kata tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, you are in charge of safety and health, EHS, environmental safety and health, okay? And you report to your EHS manager. So if you have any findings, misal kata dust collector sudah bocor, okay? Slight leaking, nampak ada sikit asap keluar. So you found that a lot of bags are wearing off, so you inform your EHS manager nak beli bag yang baru, okay? So maybe the budget is 100,000 ringgit, 100,000, and your EHS manager, dia punya approval is limited to say 50,000 saja. You cannot approve. Takkan this problem just stop at EHS saja manager, betul tak? So your EPMC committee, which is headed by your EHS manager, he will report to the higher management, which is the Environmental Regulatory Compliance Monitoring Committee, ERCMC. You know, you report to your manager, which is EPMC, and your manager report to the higher management. Like misalnya GM ke MD, that is ERCMC. Okay, so it's up to your company structure. You have to look back at your company structure. I have a participant, dia kata, myself, I'm taking care of 200 workers. Okay, he's a plant manager lah, and he report directly to the MD. So that for him, tak ada EPMC lah. You straight away ERCMC, because you report directly to the top management. Okay, so it depends on your company structure, but you must identify how your reporting system works. Who do you report to? Okay, boleh because this will follow by your monthly punya findings. Senang pula punya data. Any findings you have to report to your EPMC atau ERCMC. Why we need this is because dulu ada banyak case where operator report the problem of the dust collector to the management, tapi tak sampai high level management. Bisa kata perlu budget yang lebih lah. When problem comes, orang complain, DOE sita or bring to court, baru the MD say, oh, jikalau saya tahu ada masalah ni, we will invest and repair. So there's a communication breakdown. So DOE nak pastikan the problem highlighted by OIB is given to the top management as well. So tak ada excuse lah. Okay. Right. So this 2.4 Environmental Monitoring Committee. Right. Chapter 2 dah siap. Chapter 3 Operational Environmental Commitment. Okay. Your environmental facility. Okay. Provide information and description of all air pollution control system that are installed at your premise. Tuan-tuan rumah kena bagi tahu dalam kilang ada beberapa air pollution control system. Maybe you have a few dust collector, ada scrubber juga, ada cyclone. Okay, you can highlight. Maybe ada 10 unit. Okay, and explain on existing compliance to install and operate performance monitoring equipment and air emission monitoring program like CMS, isokinetic stack sampling, performance monitoring of ABCS. Okay, kena explain the performance monitoring equipment. Semua dah ada ke, ada yang kekurangan ke, you can explain lah. Okay. Then provide the building layout showing location of all ABCS, the whole factory punya layout plan. Layout plan saja, plan view. And then highlight with color lah. Dekat kilang ni ada beberapa air pollution control system. Okay, lepas tu you highlight again the back filter system that you will use for your FTR. Tadi kuat kata mungkin saya fikir ada 5 dust collector, dan saya nak ambil dust collector A saja for my FTR. So you highlight dust collector A is the dust collector I'm using for this FTR. Jadi you tahu lah which dust collector in your plant. Okay, so this is 3.1 environmental facility. Okay, 3.1.1 technical data. Description of your back filter system. Please provide technical data of your back filter system that is chosen for field training, such as what type of back filter, valve jet ke, shaker ke, reverse air ke, okay. Dimension of your back filter, the size, okay. Capacity, what is the flow rate, how many of bags, what is the material of your filter bag, polyester ke, Normax, okay. Fan, timer, fouling valve, etc. Okay. Provide typical operating range or control range for each parameter or data that is monitored. Like your daily performance monitoring. Misal kata back filter pressure drop. What is the minimum? What is the maximum? In Master Jaya, we are using minimum 1 inci, maximum 6 inci. 25 to 150 mm motor gauge. That's the range. Okay. Your flow rate. What is the control range? Normally we use plus minus 10%. So if your flow rate is 10,000 meter cube per hour, your minimum is 9,000, maximum 11,000. That will be the range that you want to do. Okay, similar, you need to refer back to your operation manual. Setiap dust collector, every supplier, the range might be different. Some dust collector might design maximum pressure drop for filter bag 200 mm water gauge, 8 inch. Some might design 4 inci saja. So berlainan setiap supplier. You can check back. Provide layout of back filter system from your source hooks, ducting, back filter system and stack. So this is a complete drawing from the suction hood, ducting, dust collector, fan dengan chimney. So kena bagi layout drawing, and also attach relevant written approval notification form, manufacturer catalog, photo to support your explanation. Yang ni kena ada lah. Okay. Tadi chapter 1 ada kata situation before attending the course, right? Okay. So kata tuan-tuan, you nak ambil dust collector ni tapi tak ada approval, no written notification. Okay. So you say lah, sebelum datang course ni, I'm not aware, kena submit written notification. Tapi lepas course ni, I dah advise my company. Tapi boleh ambil dust collector ni for your FTR, tak ada masalah. Tapi bila tuan-tuan dan puan-puan submit your FTR after 6 months, right? Kena ada return approval. Jangan sampai 6 bulan dah berlalu, your return notification masih tak ada, and you submit to DOE. So which means you know you are against the law and you didn't do anything. Faham tak? So after 6 bulan, your return approval should be out already. Because biasa 3 bulan dah dapat return notification punya letter. Okay, state Johor mungkin lama sikit lah, 6 months. Okay, tapi untuk state yang lain memang 3 bulan boleh dapat. Okay, alright, so you have to show return approval. Some of you will say, mana dapat manufacturer catalog ke, the form ke. This one, when your consultant submit the return notification kepada DOE, they will compile all this information. Misal kata, timer controller punya brand, dia punya catalog. What is the specification? Housing mark, is it using Goyen ke, ESCO ke? So all this, they will have this data. This one you can just take from your written notification report, masukkan dalam chapter 3.1.1. Layout drawing pun ada dah. Dalam written notification punya report, memang dah ada layout drawing. If you can find the report, this will be very helpful untuk chapter 3 tu. Alright? Okay, semua faham tak? Alright? Okay, 3.1.2, conduct of performance monitoring. Describe how and what changes are made through your efforts on integration to the way how performance monitoring of backfilter system is conducted at your premise in order to be in line with the procedure taught in the set 4 course law and guidelines. So tuan-tuan kena explain the past course ni, what are the changes that you have done in your plant. Maybe like scenario tadi, dah submit written notification, dah legalize all your dust collector. Okay, kalau tak ada instrumen, sebelum ni tak ada airflow meter, dah pasang. Okay, so describe how performance monitoring activity is conducted after the changes you propose, accepted and implemented in your premise. Kena explain and provide photos, the photos of how you conduct performance monitoring. So this is the chance lah. When you are measuring the airflow dengan pitot tube, ask your colleague ambil gambar, to show that you are taking this airflow and show the reading, what is the flow rate. Then you take the photo of your manifold differential pressure gauge. What is the reading of your feedback pressure drop? Compressed air punya pressure berapa? Robong, take one photo, clear, tak ada asap. One thing nak highlight when you fill up the daily monitoring form untuk visual inspection on the chimney, jangan letak OK in your exam. Akan tolong juga. You can put clear, no visible smoke. It's clear lah. Because you put OK, OK ada asap, OK tak ada asap. You don't know what it means. So in your exam, just put clear, no visible smoke. Okay. Right. So this is on the performance monitoring. And provide, yang ini penting, the list of performance monitoring equipment. Ada banyak instrumen, right? You have your manifold gauge atau manometer, your airflow meter, your temperature sensor, okay? All these, okay? Provide the photo, model, give me a brand, and give me a scale. Like your manifold differential pressure gauge, give me a scale, 0 sampai 250 mmHg, example. Take a photo and put there. So all these lists masukkan dalam appendix 1, appendix number 1. Okay? Provide a copy of preventive maintenance and daily record of backfilter performance monitoring. Okay, your daily logbook, okay, and your preventive maintenance data dalam appendix 2 dengan appendix 3. Okay, so the main thing is the list of performance monitoring equipment kena masuk dalam appendix 1. Okay. 3.2, environmental reporting and communication, ERC. Describe and show how backfilter performance monitoring or report is made to your EBMC and how the compliance report is made to your ERCMC. So basically, how you report your dust collector finding to the top management. So example, today is 15th of June, right? 15th of June. Hari ini saya dapati feedback pressure drop tinggi, sangat tinggi ya. Okay, maximum 250 mm water gauge, very high. Suction kurang. So after my finding, saya dapati compressor is in bad condition. Ada banyak air coming out from compressor, kena buat servicing. Example lah. So I have a meeting with my manager, EPMC lah. Okay. So I need to attach the minutes of meeting, what I have reported to my manager. Okay. So if the manager dia kena ambil approval from GM, you will have another meeting with the GM, right? So that one is under EMCMC. So what you need to do is tuan-tuan kena attach the minutes of meeting dalam appendix 4. That's how you report. Ada 6 bulan punya reporting. If you are doing every 2 weeks one meeting, setiap bulan ada 2 meetings, right? So jumlah ada 12 meeting. So ada all this meeting you put in appendix 4, the minutes of meeting. Okay. Describe on management response when report is made. You can refer to the sample dalam minutes of meeting tu when you report something. Saya katalah ISOYB report kena service compressor, right? So management kena ada satu feedback nak service ke tak nak service, right? So kalau nak service, okay, company agree to service and then mungkin minggu depan baru boleh siap lah. Say 22nd of June baru siap. So my next meeting, I kena report the compressor dah dibaiki and then the pressure drop of the feedback dah jadi normal, balik ke 50 mm water gauge, example. So all this is 6 months punya reporting. That's why we cannot jump like bulan 3 jump to bulan 5 tak boleh. It's continuous 6 months. It's like a storyline you explain your findings. Okay, so we'll follow Alright. Okay, so these are the sample of reporting. We normally put 1 bulan punya data dalam graph. Okay, for example, this is for scrubber lah. Okay, so basically they put like the water flow rate for the scrubber. This is the flow rate for the whole month, from the first of the month sampai 31 hari bulan. Okay, at the graph form. So anything above the high limit or below the low limit, something is wrong. So we should be in between. Okay. 3.3, environmental transparency, ET. Describe how your industry or companies are transparent in their environmental compliance and achievement. Describe how back filter system compliance disclosure to public. So some of your company, if you are a public listed company, normally you have your annual report, right? Normally your annual report will have the environmental and sustainability report. Yang tu you can use it for your FTR. Jikalau tak ada, okay, jikalau tak ada your SME, you can provide information such as photos of your billboard, website, copy of client's brochure showing the environmental compliance to public. Some company they do a notice board. They letak dekat guardhouse. Whoever visitor yang datang to the guardhouse, dia boleh nampak, okay, company ABC ni dia ada dust collector 10 biji. So semua ada written approval letter, notification letter, dah dapat kelulusan daripada DOE. Dan dia paparkan setiap tahun dia punya emission report, dia punya pelepasan, semua within DOE limit. They disclose to public. Let them know my dust collector all are in compliance. This one we call it environmental transparency. For example, Linus everyone know, right? So in Kuantan, if you go to their plant, sebelum masuk their plant, there's a big digital billboard or display showing the emission level of their plant. That one is also another environmental transparency to show what is the pelepasan of their chimney. Okay, so for you all, you can do a simple one, just do a billboard study. If your company is doing CSR, corporate social responsibility, misal kata setahun sekali you do gotong royong dekat your kawasan perindustrian. If you have the photo, you can also put inside this environmental transparency. Okay, the sample photo macam ni, this is from the annual report for public listed company. Okay, you can attach dalam. Untuk SME, kalau tak ada annual report, you can put this environmental notice board paparkan your return notification approval letter, your stack emission monitoring result, okay, and maybe your performance monitoring data, every month data. Okay, you can just do a simple model. This is important. Why I say it's important? Kalau tak ada data ni, ada kemungkinan your FTR report bukan ditolak, you minta maklumat tambahan. And I have feedback from participant yang jadi OYD, dia kata dia terlupa nak masuk dalam FTR. Okay, FTR lepas he was called for interview. Tapi by end of the interview, the interviewer, DOE officer minta dia balik kilang, buatkan environmental notice board, ambil gambar dan email to the officer. They want to see this, baru dia pass his interview. Which means ini memang compulsory lah. Okay, so if you can do it, if you FTR, do it first. Takut nanti FTR report rejected kena resubmit again. Okay, so this one you just do a simple board, ambil satu dinding dekat kilang ke, just put environmental notice board, paparkan your approval letter, your sampling result. Okay, alright. Okay, chapter 3 dah habis lah. So now we come to chapter 4. Discussions on your performance monitoring result. Now is your show time. You kena explain what are your findings for the 6 months. Anything happen to your dust collector or not? Okay. So tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, the first thing, translate the trend of your monitored data, sebulan punya data, into graph form for each month. Okay, every month. Misal kata pressure drop of dust collector, you go back. Setiap bulan you make into graph. Ada 6 bulan, 6 graph lah. Okay, and compare with the typical operating range. If the range for the month is within the high and low range, it means your feedback is fine. If in the event, any day, dia punya bacaan melebihi maximum atau kurang daripada minimum, something is wrong, you have to take action and explain what happened. Okay, this is what you will do later today and tomorrow, troubleshooting. If something is higher than the limit or lower than the minimum requirement, what is the action you do? Troubleshooting. Okay. Discuss the performance monitoring result and do some comparison of the monitored data, giving a parameter with the typical operating recommended design range of your back filter system. And also discuss the preventive maintenance finding for each month. Okay. So all your relevant parts of your 6 months performance monitoring, daily, weekly, monthly, semua ada 6 bulan punya data, okay? And your preventive maintenance logbook for which have been verified by your supervisor, semua masuk dalam appendix 3, appendix 3, So which means your daily monitoring, weekly monitoring dengan monthly monitoring, 6 months, semua masuk dalam appendix 3. Okay, so must be signed by your supervisor. Okay, so when we talk about this form, and highlight during your exam juga, tuan-tuan, when you are exam, you are alone, right? Tapi your daily, monthly, weekly, annually form, kena ada 2 orang sign, betul tak? Yeah, 2 person. So please remember during exam, you sign for the other person. Kena ada 2 signature dalam form tu. Of course, bila balik kilang, you can ask your supervisor to sign lah. But in your exam, you do a signature for another person. Yes, sir.
Untuk exam ni,
Yeah.
kita ambil kawan untuk sign,
Yeah.
just buat lain sign.
Betul. Boleh. You use another name. Misal kawan dia nama, you sign on his behalf untuk exam saja. Because if you leave it empty, tolak makan. For exam, make sure you put in 2 signature lah. You sign for another person tu.
Tak semestinya actual person lah kita pergi.
Actual person, because during exam, you cannot ask your team member to sign for you lah. No discussion, right? So you just sign 2 person punya nama. Okay, one is your name, then you put your kawan punya nama, you sign on his behalf during exam. Okay, this is very important, just to make sure that you get full marks in your exam. Okay, alright. So then, alright. So this is attachment lah. Appendix 3, 6 bulan punya performance monitoring data. Go to appendix 3. Okay. Example, this one is the minimum data and this is the maximum range. So your reading should be in between. So example, this one 18 hari bulan, the data modality. So as OIB, we need to explain what happened during these 3 days. Example, maybe the compressed air supply too high. Okay, so the regulator sudah rosak. So I replace the regulator, then it goes back to normal range. Example, you need to explain. Okay, so this will be your reporting system. You do it in a graph form. Senang untuk your management baca, senang untuk UE officer baca juga. Okay. Okay, example okay, this is dust collector. This is the pressure drop of your dust collector. Maximum 6 inci, minimum 1 inci. So the reading is between 3 to 4 inch. So it's normal for this whole month. Okay, tak ada masalah. Right? Sama temperature punya temperature at hopper maximum is 45 degrees C, is below 40 degrees C so it's okay. So these are the data that you can show in your performance monitoring. Okay. Alright. So now we come to chapter kelima. Dah explain, present your 6 months data. Then we come to corrective actions. So provide details of major upset conditions, at least 3 to 4 encountered during the operation of back filter system during the duration of this field training. So dia ni minta lah kalau ada masalah 3 or 4. Okay? Maybe some of you say, saya mendas kereta baru lah, ada masalah. Everything is tip-top condition. Mungkin you ask your friend to tutup damper kipas sikit. Hari ni punya flow rate drop, and your finding is damper diusik oleh orang lain. Example lah. But if your dust collector tak ada masalah, no problem lah. If you tak ada masalah, then only you provide any maintenance related problem as well. Kalau tak ada major upset condition, maybe you have some problem doing some maintenance because of production tak boleh tutup. Okay, all this you can also explain. Provide the date of occurrence and the nature of upset conditions. Like tadi I use this today. Pressure drop meningkat, then I found out the compressor ada air kena paksa bising. So I kena highlight what happened. Okay. Briefly describe corrective actions taken over the upset condition. So example, the problem is filter bag pressure drop tinggi. Okay. Then my finding is compressed air pressure ada air. Action need to be taken is kena service compressor. So kena bagi tahu bila service compressor. Saya kata next week 22nd of June compressor dah diperbaiki, condition return to normal, filter bag pressure drop balik ke 50 mm gauge. Example so we have to explain Provide some documents, photos to serve as evidence that you have been involved in taking corrective action to the upset conditions and to show that the conditions have returned to normal. Like today, pressure drop tinggi, I ambil gambar filter gauge, the differential manifold pressure gauge. Tengok dia baca 250. Ini saya ambil gambar compressor, ada air coming out, menitis. So this is the problem sebelum diperbaiki. Then next week, kalau dah diperbaiki, ambil gambar compressor, no more water, filter bag punya pressure drop, balik ke 50, ambil gambar lagi. So use that as a evidence to show. Okay. If you do not have any major condition encountered, say dust collector ni baru tak ada masalah, just provide maintenance related problem. Okay. Right. So this is on chapter 5, explanation of your corrective actions. Right. So example, you will be using this form, I think tomorrow, okay, to do some troubleshooting. Okay, dekat luar. So basically you need to put the date bila ada masalah, type of upset condition. Kata filter bag pressure drop tinggi. Diagnosis of cause of upset condition. Compressor ada banyak air. Okay. Any non-compliance of discharge standard occurred. Ada apa terpasang dengan cerobong tak? Tak ada lah, because filter bag sumpah memang tak ada suction, right? I put no. Corrective action taken, kena service compressor. When condition return to normal, say next week, 22nd of June. Then saya sign, dapatkan supervisor sign. Okay, so this is how we report any problem that we have. Okay, Kena ada a date to complete the problem. Okay, so this is an example. I just read one of it. This is on 4th of December 2013, dust collector model. Yang ni kata type of upset condition. Cartridge filter, they are using cartridge filter. Cepat sumbat. Filter baru hanya boleh tahan maksimum 2 bulan. Pressure drop lebihi 8 inci body gauge. Dah sumbat lah, 200 mm body gauge. Okay? Hanya boleh tahan 2 bulan, which is abnormal. Normally we can understand 1 year. Diagnosis of cause of upset condition. Okay, masalah ni timbul apabila FGE coating material ditukar daripada 3M, is a 3M band, kepada Jolton, they change to Jolton seperti dikehendaki klien. Suspect sifat-sifat Jolton powder menyebabkan masalah ni. So they are doing powder coating, painting of the pipes. So dia tukar 3M brand to Jolton as per requested by the client. So the OID suspect the powder, Jolton powder ni lebih melekat, sticky powder is what he suspect lah. Any non-compliance of discharge, tak ada lah. No powder dilepas ke udara, tapi ada masalah quality. Powder drop atas coated pipe because they are doing powder coating. Bila dia coat the pipe, ada banyak habuk berterbangan, right? It should be sucked into the dust collector. Tapi kerana dust collector sudah sumbat, tak ada suction. So habuk yang berterbangan ni, dia jatuh balik ke permukaan pipe tu. Kasar. Okay, they have quality problem. That is what it means. Corrective action taken. Panjangkan masa on valve dan tambah kekerapan virgin dan kurangkan airflow rate. Yang ni saya tak agree ya, kurangkan airflow rate. Of course, when you reduce the airflow rate, your pressure drop akan menurun. Tapi suction kurang. So this is I don't agree, but it's okay. It's based on OID punya definition. Belum okay. Check MSES, MTS Jolton dan contact Jolton punya technical person. Pandai OID ni. Hand over to engineering team. He cannot settle, dia pass to engineering. Okay, this is no problem lah. This is bulan 12. But the next meeting, OID kena update me. What is the status? Engineering team dah cari Jolton technical person ke, belum ke? What is the solution? You cannot leave after 6 bulan. Feedback masih sumbat lah. Then during the interview, the officer will ask you a lot of questions. Mengapa masih pending this problem? Alright? Okay, so this is a sample lah. Then 2 orang sign. Okay. Alright, chapter 6. Further improvement. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan kena bagi suggestion how to further improve on your operation SOP. Provide information and description of your future efforts and to be initiated by you to further ensure smooth running of the back filter system. Provide any planning of corrective action to be taken that cannot be accomplished during the period of FTR. Okay. Further improvement must be verified and supported by management. Kena attach relevant document, quotation ke, Gantt chart, proposal, means of meeting to show further improvement. Example lah, some of you might propose, sekarang ni semua instrument analog, I need to go there and monitor. So my proposal further improvement, bukan sekarang, kalau company ada budget, next year ke, do all digital, online. Dekat laptop ke, handphone, I can monitor anytime. Kalau dia punya reading melebihi ada alert, alarm dekat handphone, example. I don't need to go and check lah. Dia trigger. So you can propose. Then you can ask supplier to quote. Quote saja, tak perlu pasang. You can attach. This is further improvement. Some of you might say, sekarang ada 2 OID saja, tak cukup. My plant is running 24 hours. I suggest company to hantar 2 orang lagi for further improvement. At least 4 orang standby. At least 1 person leave the company pun ada 3 lagi. Example lah. Okay, so this is how you can propose. And especially untuk OID yang sharing dust collector 2 orang ke 3 orang jangan your further improvement pun sama lah. Jangan copy each other lah. Change a little bit on your wording. Okay. Alright, so this is on chapter 6 lah, further improvement. And last chapter, conclusion. So you bagi kesimpulan 6 bulan ni. Are you happy with your dust collector? Did you manage the dust collector well or not? Any difficulty during the 6 months? Maybe some will complain saya dah bagi banyak idea to improve, tapi tak ada budget. So kena tunggu next year. Example, okay, some of it is not critical, but the improvement that you want to do, cannot do. Okay, so you can put the conclusion and discuss how performance monitoring benefits your company. Some of you might say, dengan data ni, jikalau saya tinggalkan company, if I leave the company with the data, new person who take over, YB yang baru, senang saja. You just need to look at the record, dah tahu what is the character of the dust collector, bila nak tukar filter. So ada previous data for him to use as a reference. So all this you can give your ideas. Is there any limitations during the 6 months? Normally is production tak boleh stop, tak cukup budget. This one you can letak ada apa-apa tak happy, boleh complain dekat sini. Okay, cannot complain to the management, you just put here lah. Okay. Any suggestion, ideas to be introduced for further improvement of this performance monitoring approach, you can also put in. Okay. Maybe some of you will say, the temperature, I will propose to have macam kita kata safety system. Kalau sampai maximum limit, dia akan cut my main ID fan, dia akan stop the production line juga, just to protect my sugar bag. Anything that you can think of better on your production process. Alright, so these are the 7 chapters. Tuan-tuan kena masukkan. Senang betul tak? Tak susah. Tak susah, right? I tengok ada yang sudah dah frozen already ya. Lemak ada banyak picture.
Banyak sakit.
But don't worry, what I want to say, saya galakkan tuan-tuan, please siapkan 6 bulan punya data. Okay? If you have problem finishing your FTR, example lah, kalau tak ada masa nak buat tapi ada 6 bulan punya data, we have a 2 days workshop untuk OIB yang ada 6 bulan punya data. The best is ada 6 bulan punya data. You can attend physical untuk luar negeri punya OIB, you can do online. Okay, we will have a trainer to train you 2 days. We will give you the template, go through the 2 days FTR with you untuk cakap dalam 2 hari. You just need to bring your laptop. The one is if you have problem. I know some of you maybe dah ada idea untuk nak buat, nak improve lagi pun ada. Okay, tapi galakkan please finish your FTR. Yang itu paling penting paling penting.
Posting itu bukan untuk 2 ribu saja.
I think it's 1950 for 2 days. HRDC payable. HRDC payable. Then lastly, just a recap lah. Section C, appendix. Appendix 1 is all your list of measuring equipment. Kena masukkan the model, the photo, the brand and the scale. Appendix 2, your maintenance record. Maintenance record of computer system. Masukkan appendix 2. And appendix 3 is your logbook, daily, weekly, monthly logbook. Appendix 3 and appendix 4 your minutes of meeting. Sudah appendix 4. So this is the final appendix C. Okay. So far any questions? Yes sir. Ya betul. Ya betul. You mean your selector, the other 1 gauge on the back, 1 gauge on the compressor temperature. A few selector. Oh, okay. Between one dust detector besar ada beberapa compartment. Okay. Very good question. This dust collector, dia punya dust collector lebih besar, ada beberapa compartment. Like reverse air atau we call it offline cleaning, you have more than one chamber, which means your manual gauge untuk dust collector bukan satu saja. Depends on how many compartment you have. Misal kata ada 4 compartment, you have 4 manual differential pressure gauge. So you have to put 4 lah. You apa kata bagi dia punya label, chamber 1, chamber 2, chamber 3, chamber 4. So there's a reading for chamber 1, chamber 2, chamber 3, chamber 4, and the reading must be within the maximum and minimum limit. So bagi 4. Okay. Any questions? Ada yang nak sign up the course already? Fill up the form first. Okay, you can go through the module, sample module ni as a reference. Macam mana nak buat, at least give you an idea how to prepare the report. Yeah. Yes. Bisa kata kalau sekali you don't have the instrument all the parameters, you do whatever you can. Bisa kata puan ni tak ada temperature sensor, cannot take temperature. In the meantime, you take the others. But I think for the chimney, if you have maybe a short stack, you still can look at the emission. Is it clean or clear? Only the compliance of the height you don't comply, but the emission you still can visual check it. But for the temperature, maybe you need to reflect first. You can say waiting for the instrument. And this one I can suggest if you want, you can buy an analog, just a normal one. An analog type, or you can buy the portable one also. Anyway, it's running. This at the inlet of the dust collector. Yeah, then you might drill a half-inch hole. Okay, the heat gun is not so accurate. It's basically on the ducting surface. It doesn't reflect the actual air temperature, which is much higher. So I mean, in terms of costing, then you can get analog type something like this. I think it costs like 200-300 a piece. Then, but you need someone to just drill a hole to make a socket like this 1-inch socket and to mount it on it. Then it will show the reading on the ducting in the duct. I mean, during non-operation time, you will do the installation. Alright. Okay, for the FTR is not advisable like without the data. Normally, really once all the instruments ready, then you start the FTR. But I mean, for next week, if you want to start the performance monitoring, and in case the enforcement officer comes, you can show at least you have started, but some of the instruments are still pending for purchase. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good question. She was asking, kalau dust collector ni ada masalah, and the problem belum solve lagi can we still operate the dust collector? Okay, first we have to see masalah ni how serious ada pelepasan dekat atmosphere yang ada one column, right? Is there any emission discharge? Kalau tak ada, which means bisa kata dah feedback sumbang. Okay, or maybe pressure gauge rosak then you still can run. Okay, but if ada pelepasan, example, there's smoke coming out, what you need to do? Masih ingat regulation 8? Yes, you need to inform DOE, right? So you inform DOE, but normally if you can do it within a certain period of time, 2-3 hari, DOE tak minta stop. Some of the plant you will request because we are running 24 hours, you cannot afford to stop. Production tak boleh cope with the order. So you might propose, some client they propose, while ada pelepasan dekat udara, boleh kami kurangkan production from 100% say 50% example, masih boleh jalan separuh. At least pelepasan tak banyak. Okay, so it depends on situation, how severe is the problem. So for example, if we say that the pressure gauge sudah rosak, nak beli, that one is not critical. You don't have the reading for a period of time. You can just replace anytime. But feedback koyak, that one is a bit critical because pencemaran udara, there's pollution to the environment, and how you manage it. So that's why the OIB punya planning is very important. If your company have the budget, simpan at least 10% of spare parts, feedback. Kata ada 100 biji, you keep 10, example 10%. In case of, kalau bocor, biasa bukan bocor semua lah. There will be a few, but you still can change the yang bocor punya bags. But special case kebakaran, there was no choice lah, kena tukar so. Okay, for this one, you have to see how severe is the case. Alright? Yes sir.
Kalau untuk performa monitor data
Yeah.
data online.
Okay, online.
Data recovery.
Yeah.
Sampai saya bidang kecil operator network.
Okay, good lah. Yang ni is they are using online paperless, save paper lah. You can do online, tak ada masalah. Boleh simpan data online. But we recommend kena ada verification dua orang, OIB dengan your supervisor atau operator. So we can recommend to do digital signature.
Let's say kita ada beli report which is bukan apa lah, kita proses produk. That one yang kalau untuk kerana tu juga mereka nak finding report daripada provider. We can overshoot.
Okay, tapi ada orang sign, verify, and then the misalnya kata operator yang sign, then OIB pun boleh sign, because the main thing OIB kena tengok data, verify data. Because
we have like alarm set, alarm, film, dari alarm.
Still need signature. Because the UE punya guideline is the OIB kena sign on the data. Verify. Kalau tak sign pun, there's a digital form say OIB dah review the data. Because sometimes your scenario tak semesti your system ada alarm. Example lah, ada alarm. Everything still within the below the maximum limit. Tapi your reading of your pressure drop semakin meningkat. Example, slowly increasing. But as OIB, you nampak okay, your feedback is almost choking. But then because kalau OIB tak nampak, hanya tunggu alarm saja baru take action, there will be too late already. But if you every month pun ada nampak, you verify, then you know, okay, this feedback lagi 2 bulan memang akan sumpah. So what I do as OIB, I inform my management, beli one set of feedback baru. We call it preventive maintenance lah. So that's why OIB punya scope bukan saja ambil data. Your main thing is to analyze the data, to do preventive maintenance. Example, you do checking every week. Then one day you jalan, you dengar bunyi, ada bunyi abnormal biasa tak ada. Then you go and check. Daripada kipas ni bearing. Okay. Then what you do as OIB, of course you suspect bearing ada masalah. So normally what we do is we check the bearing temperature. We use hand, ambil laser gun to tembak, maybe 80 degree, 90 degree C, which is very high. Normally it's 65 to 70 saja. So you know temperature is too high. Mungkin breeze tak cukup, right? So what you do, you masukkan breeze lah. Lepas masuk breeze pun temperature tinggi lagi. So you know the bearing sudah wear off. So then what you do is you beli spare bearing dulu. No need to change the whole thing, the beli internal bearing saja. Then you plan mungkin next Deepavali there's a holiday tutup, right? You plan the next shutdown to change the bearing. These are some of the things that you get pre-planned. Because kalau tunggu sampai bearing jam, bakar, it's too late, right? Baru nak beli, then kipas tak boleh jalan because it's jam already. So these are the things OIB, you look at the data, tiap-tiap bulan punya trend, from there you will know.
Sebulan sekali juga.
Sebulan, tiap-tiap minggu lah, dengan sebulan, tiap minggu lah. If you don't have time to see every day, so at least once a week, 7 hari ni nampak trend okay. Okay. That's the apa kata OYE punya strength. That's why if you have this experience and knowledge, you can go to any plant, you use your expertise as a consultant to help them. Kalau saya company pun, I pinjam sewa dust collector bagi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Help me to take care 6 bulan, bagi semua, then I can have a good dust collector. So these are the things lah, along the way, after 1 year, you check back the data, you ada pengalaman. You know lah, tengok trend tu, dah tahu. Feedback akan sumbang. Dah tahu, maybe bearing dah mula wear off. So all this you really know because we have the trend of 3 years semua ni, you really tahu what is the character of the dust collector. That's the reason why UE needs this performance monitoring.
So is this performance monitoring, like just now you say we need to verify the YE, is that daily need to verify or actually like let's say we are on leave, then how? We delay or verify?
Yeah, not necessarily daily. But the form, for example, we have like 1 month, right? But my recommendation is weekly, at least you check. Don't wait until 1 month because sometimes 1 month is too late. Something happened already. You only look at it end of the month, maybe too late. Every week, you counter check. And the form must be signed by OYB. 2 signature. One can be operator, one can be manager or supervisor, but 1 person must be OYB. Because OYB yang akan analyze the data. Guna your operator, he doesn't know how to analyze. Your manager ke, dia pun tak boleh analyze. It's only OYE has the knowledge to analyze. Okay? Yes sir.
Untuk item notifikasi ni, kita download daripada dalam
form, the website.
Satu form ni ataupun banyak form?
Banyak. Kalau you masuk, dia ada Cyclone ada form, Backfilter ada form, Scrubber ada form. But for you, you only take the Backfilter punya form.
Lepas tu, adakah OMP yang hantar teknologi untuk
Written notification
ataupun engineer yang
okay. Dalam UE punya guideline tak ada mention siapa lah. At least kalau OYB ada pengalaman, ada knowledge to do the calculation. Saya kata calculate the pressure drop of the ducting, semua ni, the technical calculation, and you can compile the report to submit. Plus dapat PE chop and sign, you can submit. Siapa pun boleh submit. Tapi kena ada PE lah. PE chop and sign. Yang penting is the calculation. Because tak banyak, OYB memang tak ada pengalaman lah because they don't do design calculation. Maybe your engineer ada knowledge, they have gone through this course before, and they boleh calculate, then it's okay. But end of the day, you need to get a PE to sign.
My company have many plants,
Yeah.
so right, if my plant have that complete set of the rectification or the parameter that is checked, can provide to select the others plant dust collector into as the report.
Boleh. You have many different plant. You want to choose the one that you have all the approval, all the instrument, right? Can. So basically, you get the verification letter from that plant to say that they verify and assign you to take care of the dust collector. Ada masalah? Some of you might say, I want to take the challenge. Saya ambil dust collector yang paling teruk dalam bidang saya. 6 bulan saya refurbish dia. Pun boleh. Kalau company ada budget lah, dia sokong you. Okay. Any questions? Alright. Kalau tak ada, we will end the session for this FTR and we will break for lunch. Okay. Sebelum lunch, we will have a group photo dekat luar. Group photo before lunch. Okay. We will sit outside.